to map 7 on Abathur on normal before losing. All right, now do it on heroic. Welcome in, everybody. The final best of 5 of the day. On the left-hand side is Poland 2. On the right is Germany. My name is Bahamut. In case you're new to the stream, welcome on in. I do a lot of Heroes of Stormcasting because I absolutely adore this game. We stream 6 days a week. If you're new here, welcome on in. We typically do casting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday, Fridays are our variety days, and Saturday, Sunday is typically kept for Heroes tournaments, or just some Heroes casting, or maybe painting streams. We do at the end of May have a Bahamut raffle day and stuff like that, so we'll be doing that at the end of May. We got some other cooking streams and other fun stuff we do here. We have Discord movie night. So welcome into our lovely community, and we're here in our final best of 5 of the day. This is a lower bracket semifinal. Loser of this will take 4th place, and that is their tournament run. Little extra housekeeping on this. No map bans from either side. The coin flip was won by Hazuabs, and they opted in for first pick priority inside of Germany. Poland will have the map choice of Haunted Mines. Tyrael and Johanna banned away by Poland 2. Germany getting rid of the Chromie and the Hogger, and will first pick a Blaze. We've got a Urel Brightwing for Poland 2. This is the Meta Madness style of draft, so the 10 heroes that are picked and played on this map cannot be picked, played, or banned in future maps of this series. So Brightwing cannot be played again. But if Johanna's not banned in map 2, she can be played. But then, of course, if she's played in map 2, then she's no longer available. That is how it works, in case you are new to the stream or this draft style. Blaze, Vala, Anduin. Germany with a very simple start. This could just be a hypercarry Vala. You could go into main tank and another bruiser, like a Sonya or a Malthael. Those could all be solid. You could even see like a Muradin Imperius could be a play as well. Garrosh will be removed, and it's not a signifier that it's gonna be a Diablo. Garrosh is kind of in a good place with his displacement. And a lot of you might be saying, Bahamut? With that many butts. Garrosh got nerfed with his baseline range on Wrecking Ball, and the Unrivaled Strength level 1 was nerfed by 5% of the distance. That's okay. You don't need that. You can still Wrecking Ball Groundbreaker without it. You don't need that level 1 Unrivaled Strength. Honestly, if you are a Garrosh player, you need to play more Body Check. Body Check is massively undervalued. Damage, 35% slow, 30% healing debuff, 3-second duration on those 2 factors. Really good. Inner Rage level 20 upgrades, giving you a second charge, and increases the healing debuff to 75%. It's just so good, I don't know why you'd pass it up. Gul'dan will be banned, Garrosh as well. 2 picks over the side of Poland. See your Fulstead Muradin with the Brightwing Urel. Double global on a very small map of Haunted Mines. And Urel control is really nice for the true objective, which is the Sapper camp. That's on the north and south side of the lanes. And we did have some changes on the golems. We'll talk about that in the map once we get to that point. But it's Blaze, Vala, Anduin. So it is not a Hypercarry Vala. You got the Maiev for more control, and a Mal'Ganis. The level 1, and there's a couple other changes with Mal'Ganis, but Mal'Ganis shifting from map 4-5 priority in a Meta Madness draft to a map 1-2 priority. That is how significant the changes are on Mal'Ganis. He is prioritized in maps 1 and 2. In a tournament like this, where the hero pool gets smaller and smaller, maybe he was a map 3, often a map 4 or 5. That is crazy how quickly his priority has jumped up. And Poland 2, who loves their Nazebo, will be picking that up as the final pick. Let's get into it. Map number 1 of our final best of 5 of the day. Alrighty. Alrighty. Press the tab key to see score screen in the game. Once there, click the talent button to see other players how other players have specialized their hero. Do you remember that, chat? Alrighty, the Nazebo's a interesting pick here, I'm not gonna lie. Nazebo's kind of the weirdest factor for Poland, but I'm excited to see how it could possibly work to capture Mal'Ganis or Blaze after going in for a Night Rush, Fell Claws, Blind as a Bat possibly, Jet Propulsion sort of thing.
Get ready for combat, heroes.
Alrighty, get ready for map number 1 in the final best of 5 of the day. On the left-hand side, it's Poland 2, Birchu Murden, Bronik Brightwing, Alvarez Nazebo, Ridzu on the Urel, and Sisbo's on the Falstad. Right side of the map is going to be Team Germany. You've got your Death Knight Anduin, Dark Wolf Mal'Ganis, Hazuob's Blaze, Dino Vala, and Ultralisk Maiev. As we'll pick up the Widowmaker's level 1, Dauntless Urel, Muradin Dwarf Block, Even-Handed Blessing, Will of Trachondris, a Adrenaline Stimpack, Vala, Creed of the Hunter, Nice Memento, Hypershift Brightwing, and Q-Build Falstad with his Gathering Storm. Dwarf Toss in, Stormbolt goes out, avoided by Ultralisk with the Vault of the Wardens. Divine Star thrown out from Death Knight, a Fan of Knives finds its way onto Urel. More Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis going out. Dino with an auto attack or 2 into the wave. A Hungering Arrow pokes onto this Falstad. Flash Shield goes out, and Mal'Ganis is going to be able to back away fine. Ultralisk grabs this camp before Urel can even finish the wave just above, and Avenging Wrath in. I think she had a charge for that. The Night Rush coming out from Mal'Ganis. The Zombie Wall captures their own Muradin, and Vala takes down Muradin. First blood over the side of Team Germany. Brone, Vala, Dino. Bronik is fine to back away, but the Hungering Arrow almost taken down the Fairy Dragon. The Fey Dragon. Alright, Sappers bottom lane. 1, 2, 3, get the charge in. Zebo Zombie Wall capturing 1. It's going to charge again around and still... Actually, did it... I think it exploded. I'm honestly not 100% sure. Urel did clear top lane, by the way. You don't see any damage onto that fort, so good defense from Ridzu in the top lane as a Umbral Bind pulling people in. There's going to be a Night Rush from Mal'Ganis Dark Wolf. Up to 5 stacks on that level 1. And Twitch prediction looking good for Germany, but there's odds on Poland. I don't blame you. 38 level 1 stacks here in Nazebo, 17 on his baseline. See how he fares on this 2-lane map and what he goes into at level 4. Ultralisk is actually going to Hearth out and delay this camp. Death Knight is going to be the one sticking around waiting. Dino going to reset for full mana as well. First objective going to be announced at the 2-minute 30 mark in game time. And that'll also show where the first round of golems are going to be because it is RNG. It does have a random factor to it. Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis going out. Polymorph is going to be the answer into him. Anduin still delaying out camp on the right. We didn't talk about it, but Falstad does have a mythic... Excuse me, a mythic total quest on his level 1. Does have some milestones, and also can lose stacks upon death. It is a very punitive 8 stacks loss upon death. First milestone at 30, you can't drop below milestone, so if he's at 31 and dies, he drops just down to 30. But that's going to be 30% damage increase at the 80 mark. He's going to be then shifting up to 80%, and then at the 150, he'll have 150%. But it is not an active scaling, it is a reward scaling. Much like Tychus with Master Assassin, you get that 10% passive, and then you get the 15% when you get the 15 kills, not as you get them. So just a little bit of a note on that one as we do enter into the mines. 55 skulls needed, so there was a change on this. The smaller camps that are all around, the little Risen Miner camps, multiple wardens from Ultralisk will not be enough. Zebo takes her down. We'll still have a total of 72 throughout the mines. The Underworld boss had 10 more skulls added in to make it 38. So it's 110 skulls in total in the mines, as Mal'Ganis and Anduin will be taking down Team Poland with a double kill, triple kill in the mines. And they may just get this first objective as Siege Giants in bottom lane for Team Germany are pushing up onto the fort gate. Hazu gonna open this up a little bit further, speed up this siege. Brightwing coming through as well to try and clear things out. Adrenaline Stim will be utilized. Vala clearing out top lane wave as well. And this is going to be 33-11. Nazebo and Yrel still working through the mines. And it looks like they're going to have nearly enough through these small camps. Susabos on that false set up to 26 of the 30 potential stacks for that first milestone. 55-11 on these golems, favoring the side of Poland to Germany. We'll have a few members in bottom lane looking to push in with their golem. No one in top lane for defense. Is this the German playstyle for this map? Jet Propulsion lands on a Murden. The Umbral Bind pulls him in. The sidewall being taken down as well. As Blaze heads to top lane. Maybe. Wait a minute. Will he? Okay, so I think they were just looking to escort the sappers in. Once that's achieved, it's going to be Blaze in bottom lane and the rest of the team heading to top. Stormbolt lands on the Maya. Felcloster Mal'Ganis trying to chase on the Murden. He gets into the mines, which apparently breaks the Umbral Bind. 5 minutes on the dot. Widowmaker's being completed. No big voodoo or... Oh, blood magic. No, I'm blanking on the name of it. Bad medicine? No, that's 20. Help me, video game. Blood Ritual. I could not remember Blood Ritual, but Big Voodoo and Blood Ritual, level 4s, but it's going to be Hex Crawlers instead for your Nazebo. Sometimes your brain just is just like, nope, I don't want to recall that talent. And Blood Ritual's like the easiest of the 4 to remember, too. Umbral Bind will pull Varus in. The Night Rush comes out to soothe Mr. Brightwing. Felcloster Mal'Ganis landing under a couple enemies as the 19 stacks have been picked up, and there's no mid-milestone, no stacks to be lost upon death. When Mal'Ganis hits that 40, he gets a 0.5 second increase on his final slash stun from 1 to 1.5, but also has a 4% lifesteal on that as well. We do have a kill onto the Maiev. Poland 2 with 4-1 in kills as they look to take down the enemy top lane fort. And next objective... Wait, what the hell? Sorry, just the minimap is showing that there's a camp down there. Must be a visual bug from holding vision or something. Mal'Ganis will hearth out for full HP. Brightwing was, I think, stepping up for maybe an auto attack. Spider's thrown onto the fort. Get a little bit of extra siege value. You also have your Widowmaker's level 1 done for the increased attack speed. And Poland, they're about to hit 10 over Germany by a level. So let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers as Maiev grabs bottom lane wave. Sapper camp available. Next golem will be Poland in top, Germany in the bottom. No. Germany was in bottom last, so yeah. So it'll be Poland in bottom lane, Germany in top lane, and Falstad wants to feed these 3 sappers in. Looks like 1, 2, 3 do make it in, and that'll take down the fort. We do have a contest over this camp just below Avatar from Murden being utilized, as he did pick that up for the heroic Blink Heal, Gargantuan, Ardent Defender, and Gust. As the camp is going to be stolen, it will not get value in lane. Underworld is opening up in 10 seconds. Risen Miners will be there, and Yrel's already in position in the mines for this camp with the Avenging Wrath, the Light of Karabor charged up here. Alright, sorry, Vindication. Light of Karabor is a different talent. So Ridzu's already working through the Underworld Risen Miners. Just go ahead and do that really quickly so we don't have to see who's connecting. A couple members of Germany jump in. And the Yrel's gonna be caught by their own allied zombie wall. And is there an Ardent Defender in time? The Gust comes through. The Ardent Defender utilized. And a hammering pokes out for the 53rd stack. But Yrel heads towards the west side of the mines. And she is going to continue soaking. Okay. So apparently there's like a permanent visual issue in the bottom left. I think that might just be on my end. So Blaze gets Adrenaline Stim active. As I mentioned, 72 on all these little camps. As it looks like, oh my god, I was about to make the joke, will it be perfectly even with 36 to 36? Absolutely. Germany, though, steps up for the Underworld boss, and they should get the stronger golem overall for the top lane. I don't think Poland's gonna be able to step in before the skulls dissipate or disappear or picked up. Couple Felclaw hits here and there. Righteous Hammer into Mal'Ganis. He's gonna get with the Stormbolt, a hammering as well, and he's gonna be able to jump through this doorway. The zombie wall not able to capture Mal'Ganis and hold him back. Muradin, by the way, 3 stacks away from being able to get his piercing Stormbolt on the first target and cooldown reduction per auto attack by 0.5 as Falstead flies down. Golem here in bottom, 36.55 on the on the German one. Still doing last series names. Gust, Warden's Cage, right wing taken down. Second kill over to Germany. Warden's Cage, Rain of Vengeance, Carrion Swarm, Light Bomb, and your Bunker for Blaze. As Adrenaline Stimpak is active. Yrel trying to clear out the Golem with whatever she has available, and it does seem like Germany's going to rotate a couple members into the top lane. Possibly take down this fort. Golem does get a root onto Yrel, and then she's going to try and back away, but I think there might be enough. Oh, good Ardent Defender. Zombie Wall, Avenging Rat to the side, Phase Shift from Brightwing, Bunker Sun by Blaze. The Golem in bottom lane still pushing. Will be cleared out in just a moment by tower shots and the Jet Propulsion landing, the Vala vaulting forward. And a Righteous Hammer pushes back the enemies. This is going to be a level lead still to the side of Poland, and the Golem of bottom lane will be cleared out. Next objective phasing at about 12 minute 30 in-game time. See some retreat pings. God, I'm sorry about that. Germany will back away from Poland here. It's like, whenever we do this many games, it's always like map 1 is still like doing the last team names, but then we make an easy transition. Of course, if we were casting at BlizzCon, we wouldn't have this issue because there's, downtime. We can, adjust our casting between. It's not like we gotta roll in from one best of 5 to the next. We keep putting it out there. We keep hoping. Any day now, they'll send us the email. They'll show up in Twitch chat. That would actually be insane. 46 stacks for your Muradin, by the way. 99 on the baseline for the Nazebo, actually up to 100. 67 for the Falstad. Another 13 for him to go to be able to get his damage increase up to 80%. 13 talents here, though, picked up on the right side finally. We do, the big thing to mention, realistically, for Poland is going to be having that ice block for Nazebo. Everything else is pretty much standard that you'd expect at level 13 for these players. All right. Vala vaulting forward, trying to chase onto Alvarez with a hot pursuit. It does not look like they'll be sustaining that chase. And it's 2 minutes from when the Golem goes... Or I guess it's 1 minute 30 from when the Golem goes down to the announcement. 2 minutes for contest. Low cooldown for objective phasing here. Vala gets the dismount onto Muradin. Dino's not able to chase it any further. But 69 stacks for the Falstad. 114 for Nazebo. 48 for Muradin. 27 for Mal'Ganis. 2 piercing light. 140 stacks for Vala. Maybe gets a few more in this bottom lane fight. Vine Star's flying out. Hammering from Falstad to do the same, up to 72. Vala vaulting forward and getting a Hungering Arrow onto the Muradin, who does tap well. Yrel maybe looking for a flank. The Warden's Cage and Gust as well from Falstad. A crazy fight here as the Light Bomb lands on the 2. The Carrion Swarm from Mal'Ganis triggered, and meanwhile Blaze is going to try and jump inside the bunker, but he was turned into a crab. And the bottom lane fort does go down. Righteous Hammer pushes back Dino and Ultra. Spirit of Vengeance chase in. The Umber Bind will be applied to Birchu. This Muradin with Avatar still active for a few seconds will be able to back away. Avatar expiring. And Team Poland, too, with the lead and experience still, even with more structures taken down against them. We can actually take a look at the experience and see where that's formed. And it looks like a bit from Mercenaries, a little bit from Heroic kills, tiny bit from Passive, and it's yielding the 3,000 difference. Now, Germany is also down by, I think I missed it, but the minion kills as well as around 2,000, maybe less. But 16's getting close. Either Germany plays aggressive or they just play slow and macro. It does seem like that'll be the case here as we see them going for camps on the surface of the map. And they got 32 skulls on the Golem, as it looks like that's enough for them. And the enemy team will get the Underworld boss, triggering the 3rd objective. Poland with their Golem in top lane, Germany with theirs in bottom. So Rel picks up the last skulls needed. Blaze has a small wave pushed up in top, but he's going to start rotating into the allies, as he does get into 16 talent tier as well. Is Germany going to try and play this aggressive? They've got camp and bottom and top pushing in. Bottom lane with a catapult. And the sappers getting close. One of them does charge into the fort gate. Falstead barrel rolling to get closer to this. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Oil Slick goes out. Nazebo slowed but not taken down. And Team Germany, I think they're just going to focus on the objective, try and whittle this or run the health bar down before it even gets near the keep. Falstead, Brightwing, and bottom lane will be doing their respective clear. Of course, going to use the global to maybe jump up and siege in, but Vala slowly auto and backing away. By the way, for level 16, we didn't mention it, but it is going to be blind as a bat from Mal'Ganis, which is fairly common with this level 1 pickup now. Blind as a bat as it was fairly common beforehand, but this is even more so with this level 1 Will of Dracondrus. Invade onto the camp. Blaze is going to discover it. His Juggernaut plating was active. There's going to be a zombie wall. Muradin's able to dwarf toss out. The light bomb lands onto Muradin. He throws back a Stormbolt. We do have Brightwing phasing in. We also have a flight from Falstad. Warden's Cage from Maiev trying to hold back the enemies in their retreat. Vala chasing onto Ridzu with a few autos. That Manticore value is something to be careful about, and I think Poland is really respecting that against Germany, not giving sustained fights over to Dino. 169 on the Dino stackage. And Vala has not died, by the way, so still 25% bonus attack speed. I didn't look at when the last golems went down, but I'd venture a guess we're probably a minute off from the announcement. Probably around 17. For the 4th golem phasing of the map, it'll be Germany in the top lane, Poland in the bottom. As your Sapper camp is going to be respawning here on the north side. Blaze already starting that out. Ridzu on the left of your screen is working on that Siege Giant camp and may be able to rotate in. Hallstad hammering going out. 90 of the 150 stacks, so he is working towards that 150 mark. And honestly, the mythic percent increase, that 70 is humongous right there. But a Rain of Vengeance coming up from the Vol. That is going to be Murray trying to back away. The Gust is going to push the Sappers and a few enemies to the side. The Gargantuan will be cleared away. Dino vaulting around, and this is going to be Sapper Camp grabbed by Germany. And there is going to be that objective announcement, as I mentioned. It'll be available about 17:15 or so. But Germany have kind of worked their way back into this one. Wait a minute, what are we doing? What are we setting up? Muradin. Oh, how that jet propulsion stun does not stop him from getting through the doorway is beyond me. Oh, good idea from Germany. Really good idea, but it just does not work out for the Muradin kill. That would have been humongous if they did get that before the objective. But here we go, back into the objective mines. We have Vala working through some of the skulls already. We do have a bit of zoning from Hazuabs, and it looks like Poland heads to the south side, Germany heads to the north side of the mines currently. But who will come out on top overall? We've already got 36 on the side of Germany, 18 on the side of Poland. Muradin scouting, Fan and Knives trying to get the dismount, and Germany, they will start the Underworld boss. Okay, it is 36 to 36. This camp is not here. It's a visual bug on the map. I don't know if like Ridzu was trying to like walk into it to get rid of it or something like that. I don't know, that was some weird. Yeah, you can even see it on Ridzu's vision as well. Alrighty, so bottom lane fort did go down. Top and bottom waves are pushed up. We have the 20 talents here coming up very soon. 174 baseline stacks here in Nazebo, by the way. He's one stack away and the level 20 from being able to get the Vile Infection activation. Golem for top lane.
My goblins return.
Germany's got the 55 on this. What does the keep in top lane look like? Very healthy. Keep in bottom lane, not damaged either. All right. Quarter level advantage to Poland too. Falstead barrel rolling further away. Just play it safe. Gonna throw out a little lightning rod onto this this golem. Blaze actually leaving bottom. Okay, so this, I think Germany is really going to commit to this siege for the keep. Actually, Blaze, he gets vision, and no, he's not going to. He's going to get the waves, so he's going to let Golem push, which will tank all the minion and tower shots. Blaze getting soak in the wave to try and get to 20. And the Golem in top lane, that's going to get keep gate and a smattering of damage onto that keep as well. There's the level 20. There's your Vile Infection for Nazebo. Mountain King Muradin, Invisible Friends, Seraphim, Busted as Heck, and Wind Tunnel for the Falstad. Blaze finishes that out. 2150 or 2149 is going to be our next objective. Vigorous Vaulter automatically picked up by the Maiev. She goes into Shadow Orb Huntress. You do have the Farflight Quiver for Vala, so that's a really big range increase for her. Fortified Bunkers, Seeker Swarm, and Censure Anduin. For the root now becoming a stun. Well, it's actually a stun and a root, excuse me. Righteous Hammer actually pushes Dark Wolf to the side. Fellclaw's coming out. Light Bomb is there, the Gust to push back the enemies. The Wind Tunnel utilized in that. Rain of Vengeance from Vala. Virtue so very low. Face Shield from Brightwing is good. Linking with Invisible Friends and stuff. Pyromania from Blaze is active. Oil Slick not thrown out. It's Twin Flames. Ultralisk looking for the Spirit of Vengeance into Umbral onto Ridzu. And that Yrel jumps into the mines to immediately avoid damage, but the next objective will be contestable in 1 minute. And once again, Underworld or the Golems will be swapping lanes, so it'll be Germany heading to bottom, Poland heading into top. Resets out from both sides. Looks like mostly Germany resetting. Poland is going to go grab some camps. All right. 107 stacks for your Falstad. 62 of the 160 for the Muradin on the It's Hammer Time.
Death stirs within the minds.
Multi-shots going out. This is a really, really tense map number 1 in the best of 5. It is of course elimination with the lower bracket semifinal factor, but still. Very, very good game so far, back and forth between the two teams. Keeps to keeps. Scaling and leveling is, I think we're trailing by like a quarter of a level between the two teams. Falstad Muradin already entering in the mines from the west side. South side is mostly Team Germany. Will scout out the Muradin. Jet Propulsion goes out. Felclaws from Mal'Ganis, the Light Bomb. There's a Righteous Hammer. The Nazebo Zombie Wall captures their Muradin, as that will be a Wind Tunnel. Also, the Warden's Cage from Maiev. Vala vaulting forward. Gargantuan's been cleared away. Divine Star going out to heal up Ozuabs as Yrel starts at this bottom left Risen Miner camp. Leap of Faith pulls Dark Wolf to safety, but then they'll be taken down still by Nazebo damage. A kill against Germany as Poland 2 gets a hammering thrown out, and I think they will run through the mines for this next Golem summoning. 199 for Nazebo, 68 Muradin, 123 for the Falstad of the 150, 35 for your Mal'Ganis, 216 stacks for Dino, who has not died in this map. So that is, like, late game Vala is terrifying. It just doesn't seem like the sustained fight is going their way. Wait a minute, Dino may be able to chase on the Beerchew here, but there's going to be Falstad jumping up, throws the hammering out. That hammering is gonna get him a stack or two, and then that'll be that. 55 for Poland going into top lane. That is going to be a little bit of damage onto the keep gate. Bottom lane for Germany, though, 7 on that Golem. This is going to be a very weak little lad. Germany needs to set up forces for defense in top lane. Flames going out. Golem in top lane if you're looking for some stats. There they are on the left side of your screen. So we're actually going to take a look at the German one first. 7 skulls getting up to 22,000, but yeah, France is about 60,000 on the HP department. Maiev is trying to back away. Vault to the Warden, Warden's Cage, Light Bomb, Wind Tunnel from Falstad, push Ando into the side. Muradin Avatar was utilized as well. And Poland pushes on to keep gate. Shadow Charge goes in. sorry, jet propulsion. And this is Gargantuan summoned as well. Slam goes through. Spirit of Vengeance from the Maiev. I thought there were 100 skulls. Exclamation patch!
It seems my gods return to the earth. For now.
Alright, another objective phase has been completed. And the next one will be at 26.5 minutes in-game time. As the keep will not be taken down. And Team Poland... I mean, they do have a slight win condition set through top lane. I mean, if they get a good team fight, they can definitely take that down and run into core. All vaulting forward. The crazy thing is I literally talked about the changes to Haunted Mines in this game. I literally talked about the changes in this game. Vala outranges structures with max hatred. She's going to try and get some artillery onto this keep of top lane. This is where Germany's next potential golem would go. Bottom lane, by the way.
Blue team destroyed a ward.
Zebo gets some spiders onto Mal'Ganis. He'll Fell Claw to the side a little bit here. He'll get a couple ticks of damage here and there. Hammering from Falstad going out. Spirit of Vengeance. Umbral Bind. A self Seraphim is going to be able to deny that. 25 minutes, 57 seconds. We do have Falstad with his max stacks. That's going to be Hazuab's caught inside that zombie wall. We do have a Gargantua and a bunker summoned as well. The Gust from Falstad pushing the light bomb in such a way in this Warden's Cage. Leaving Faith pulls Mal'Ganis to the side of the jet propulsion missing. That's going to be Hazuab's going to be living as it's actually Maiev, the one to be taken down. Dino is the next to fall. Germany hit 20, Vala spike time. I would disagree with that statement heavily because Germany's been 20 for a long time and it has been really rough for them to get anything against Poland too.
Red team's core is under attack.
The game has been a perpetual lead for Poland too, honestly. And they advance into core. Germany will be felled in map number 1 of this lower bracket semifinal elimination match. Loser takes 4th place and $1,000, and they're out of Nations Cup. Poland with the victory in map 1. We'll see if they can continue this trajectory. The argument of damage dealt versus effective damage done. 20,000 difference. But overall kills 7-2. So sustained damage, it's there. Effective damage wasn't though. Effective damage, just that fatal effective damage just wasn't there for side of Germany. They had a lot of good sustained damage, a lot of good poke, mobility. But it is going to be Poland 2 with map 1 victory in this final best of 5 of the day. Lower bracket semifinal. Let's go ahead and roll some ads and find out where we're going to for the next map and see what everything's going to look like. Alrighty, everybody. Map number 2 in our final best of 5 of the day. Lower bracket semifinal. Poland 2 on the left up in this best of 5 series with a first pick over the side of Germany, the losing squad of Haunted Mines. They'll opt in for that first pick. That is going to be map choice coming out from the side of Poland 2. Banning away the Chromie. Germany banning away the Chromie. Don't want to deal with her. It's been a pretty prevalent ban from them. They also had a bit of a struggle against the Chromie earlier today. Or a Chromie earlier today. So I'm trying to find a lens cloth for my glasses here because they are kind of dirty. Tyrael will be removed. Okay, so no Tyrael with Sergeant Hammer, which is just terrifying right now. Hogger will be that snap ban from Germany, so they don't want to deal... I feel like the two main heroes that Germany does not want to deal with, Chromie and Hogger. Tyrael and what will be removed, though, from the side of Poland? Do they have any concern about an Abathur or Vikings? They'll get rid of the Johanna. Okay. Dragonshire. We did see Germany earlier today, if I remember correct, played a Kerrigan on this map, I think. I believe they did double soak from mid to bottom a bit. I might be misremembering on the Kerrigan here. The games all blend together, especially in the third best of 5 of the day. Dahaka will be your first pick, though. Excuse me. Dahaka will be your first pick for the side of Germany, but Poland will get a Sylvanas and a Rhaegar. That's a really nice start from them. But why, Umber? It's one thing to know what the hero's going to be. It's another thing to have a reasoning for it. That's why Dreadnought was one of my favorite casters, because he would be like, oh, this character would be really good for these reasons. And I think a lot of people, and this is no flame to you, but I think a lot of people look at the game and they try and predict the hero and they go, I'm so smart. It's like, but why? Like, what? Like, why? Is this because it's a commonality? Is it a common pickup for this map? Do you think it's good for the map global? Do you think it's synergistic with the team? Like, you know, those are the important factors to consider, as we do get that global aspect for the members of Team Germany with a Genji and Nubrak, so a dive-heavy composition being built by Germany, it does seem. Hammer will be removed. I don't think Germany was really leaning into a hammer. I could see the defensive measures for her, but I don't think it really was. Ban-wise, though, on the left-hand side against Poland, main tank is needed, solo lane is needed. It could be, I feel like it's going to be a solo lane ban up against the Dahaka, just so that he has a little bit more freedom in the solo lane. It could be a Chen ban, actually. Chen hasn't been played yet in the series, and he has been drawing a bit of popularity, and his mobility, wandering keg, and displacement is really good, but they're going to get rid of Medivh. He plays a lot of Dahaka, usually follows the standard. It's also good here. There you go. Commonality. He typically plays it. Dreadnought needs to come back so he can co-cast with Bahamut BlizzCon. Oh, I would cry. That would be amazing, Revolver. By the way, I was asking for you earlier, but I don't know if you were here. What's the Marvel character that Sonya's skin is based off of? The one that I think is Cable, but it's not. Garrosh and Tychus with the Rhaegar and Sylvanas. Good sustained damage, good control as well. I can say it right now with ease. Gilly, Dread, Haloran are like the 3 main reasons I got into casting Heroes of the Storm. Dread being one of the reasons I tried to better myself consistently. Yo, Karazim Jaina. Dive Burst. That is a mean composition from the members of Germany. Shatterstar. I knew there was star in the name. I couldn't remember. Thank you, Shatterstar. Thank you. It was in the back of my mind today. I was like, God, I hope Revolver pops into stream so I can ask them. Otherwise, it's going to be chewing away at my brain. We still need solo lane into the Dahaka here. I still think we could be leaning into that Chen, but we'll see a Deathwing. Deathwing did have some nerfs, and he's been prioritized a little bit less. But I do like the draft of Poland too. I think they've got good sustained damage, good mobility, good lockdown as well. The answer though from Germany with, you know, Burrow Charge, Swift Strike, Karazim dashes, Jaina burst as well on these potentially lockdown targets from Anubrak and Dahaka. Let's get into it. Let's find out what's going to happen. It's mostly Shatterstar, maybe some Cable, but they were designed by the same person and in the same X team anyway. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you for the tidbit. I appreciate it. But yes, circling back, that would be an insane combo, would be Dread Knight at BlizzCon. That would be insane, Revolver. All right, map number 2 in this best of 5 series. Let's load on in Dragonshire. So we've got on the left-hand side, Poland 2, Birchu Garrosh, Bronik Rhaegar, Alvarez on the Tychus, Lesbos on the Sylvanas, and Ridzuj, your Deathwing. Right side of the map, in the red, looking for a 1-1 score in this best-of-5 series is going to be the members of Team Germany, Dino Jaina, Hazuabs Dahaka, Death Knight Karazim, Dark Wolf Anubrak, and Ultralisk on the Genji.
10 seconds.
Max bet for the Tychus, Big Sid with the big gamble. What's up, bud? Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Final best-of-5 of the day, but it's only map number 2. Hopefully Germany knocks back against Poland, and we'll be able to get a 1-1 score and keep the series going. All right, we'll talk about level 1s after the first engagement because we do have a little groundbreaker onto Hazuabs. Some shurikens out from Ultralisk on the Genji. Overkill from Tychus. Molten Flame into the wave, and that'll be a quick wave cleared out by the side of Team Poland. Uh-oh, Wrecking Ball into Groundbreaker. Dahaka burrows. No level 4 for Lurk Restrain, but he's fine to back away. Dragon Soul on your Deathwing. Might of the Banshee Queen Sylvanas, quarterback Tychus. Also looking at that Colossal Totem and your Unrivaled Strength for Garrosh, which was nerfed by 5% on the throw range, but the damage is still there. We are going to be looking also at the Fingers of Frost for Jaina, Dahaka with the Enhanced Agility, Iron Fists for Karazim. Yeah, it's plural. We also do have your Nerubian Armor for Anubrak, increasing his spell armor from 40 to 65, and Agile Dismount for the Genji.
Take control of the tribe.
First objective is going to be contestable at 1 minute 30, one of the lowest Heroes of the Storm objective phasings. I believe Brax's holdout actually is the exact same with the 1 minute announcement, 1 minute 30 contest. Average, as we were mentioning earlier today, is typically 2 minute 30 for announcement to 3 minutes for the actual contested phase, like Cursed Hollow, Battlefield, Infernal Shrines. Ultralisk already on the north side channel, Dino on the south side for the Moonshrine. Can Death Knight or Dark Wolf jump inside the Dragonite? There is a bit of a kerfuffle on top lane, or at least a fight. Sylvanas is going to try and get the counter channel. She will be able to get that before Karazim summons the Dragon Knight. Oh, we have nearly matching gambles here. My gosh. Nicely done, everybody. Thank you so very much for participating in these predictions. And I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday enjoying Here's the Storm. A lot of places you can be watching Twitch content. Thanks for choosing our channel. A lot of places you can be on this Saturday, and thanks for being here. I appreciate you all greatly, and thanks to all the new followers. We've had so many new followers today. I don't know where you all coming from, but thanks for discovering us. A couple punches onto the Garrosh as your Dragonite is channelable to the side of Team Poland 2. Level 4s here on both sides. Nubrak not picking a 4 just yet. I want to point out the biggest thing for the Sylvanas I want to point out is going to be her level 4 Haunting Arrows, which is the activatable to shut down structures or minions. No longer shutting down mercenaries. And I actually, one of the changes I really, really do like on Sylvanas is that Mercenary Queen is what actually locks down mercenaries. And this Haunting Arrow is just structures and minion specific. I really like that change. I think it's very thematic. I also think that it's a nice balance as well on everything. Haunting Arrow is pretty much shutting down everything. Feels a little punitive. All right, but honestly, we rarely ever see Mercenary Queen. It's typically Unstable Poison or this Haunting Arrows level 4. Unrelenting Torment is the most common level 1. I have been seeing a bit more Overwhelming Affliction and Might of the Banshee Queen, but it's pretty much that Unrelenting Torment, which, I mean, how do you pass that up? 1 second dagger duration increase and 20% damage increase as well on the Shadow Dagger, and then you typically go to Unstable Poison at 4 and 7 with the Unstable Poison as well as the Cold Embrace. Tychus with the bigger they are at level 4, by the way, for that increased minigun damage when targets are above 30% health. This could be the Festering Wounds, which is another common level 7 pickup for the Sylvanas players to get that instant triple mark so she can get more stacks. Right now, Sylvanas at 4 minutes is at 46 stacks. 250 for that damage increase. 400 for the Myth as the Nubrak burrows out. It's supposed to be taking a lot of damage from the Impale as well. One more auto needed, and Death Knight will be able to get it, but will Dino be traded? No, Dahaka brush talks in. Alvarez is the next target. Swift Strike and Swift Struck as Tychus, Sylvanas are taking down Ultralisk on the point. No one in mid for the channel. And Germany with a double kill in this early game section, bolstering their experience a little bit from that. And let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers because we are getting close to your 10 talent tiers. Agree with the Sylvanas arrow change? Yeah. Thank you for also not putting just agreed in chat with the delay, because I would have been sitting here going, agreed to what? knowing how much we talk about, how quick we talk about stuff, with a tiny delay of 20 seconds, I'll still be like, wait, what? Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Freaky. Possession from Sylvanas, going to possess onto the range units, as they are the stronger of the three in the lane. Melee, mage, and range, if you will. She's going to hold this channel. Sylvanas is in mid lane. She's going to get a Haunting Wave. Jaina was in position for that, but Sesubos will not activate the Haunting Wave teleport. Dahaka in top lane. Looks like he's going to tap the bush, enter onto the point. Ultralisk jumping into Deathwing with the Incinerate Wing Flap activated. We have not been able to see much of top lane because, you know, elsewhere on the map is where a lot more fun is happening. I'm doing my best to watch the minimap and try and get you all some vision as to what's going on between Hazu and Ridzu, because Ridzu right now is pushed into Hazu Fort Gate and taken most, if not all of it down, Sidewell still remaining. 10 talent tiers, pretty close for, almost simultaneous for both. Slightly faster for Germany, as Dino will get onto the point. Water Elemental summoned as well. No longer seeing that purple bar because it has negative regen, which I'm not a fan of this personally. I'm not a fan of the negative regen because it technically makes things easier to clear because they're losing health and then you attack it, so it's losing health on two fronts in that sense. I'd rather it be a duration thing, but that's just my personal take on it. We do have your Water Elemental, though. Isolation, 7-side Strike, Cocoon, X-Strike. On the opposing side, Bellowing Roar, Wailing Arrow, Odin, Ancestral, as well as the Warlord's Challenge. No Dragonite has been grabbed by either team yet. Deathwing drops down into mid lane. Did go into your Heat Transfer at 4 and does have that Death Drop level 7, which is going to be the Spell Armor debuff. And ability damage cooldown as well or ability cooldown for Deathwing as well, but that's going to be a drag onto the Sylvanas. She'll be taken down. Deathwing onslaughts in. Incinerate Wing Flap. Tychus is the one to be taken down. Dino thrown into tower shots. Big Bellowing Roar, and Dino will be taken down. Death Knight to be traded. Dahaka's on point for the channel. Ridzu. Deathwing is going to have that little heat transfer AoE around them. Dahaka trying to sustain this fight while Ultralisk grabs the objective. I was like, why is Dahaka so committed to fighting a 1v1 on Deathwing? That's why Ultralisk was in position for the Dragonite. First one goes over to Germany. 2-2 trading kills as Poland will clear out the wave. And it looks like Sylvanas is here. Now, here's the thing. Sylvanas can get baseline stacks on the Dragonite, and the kick goes on to Tychus, which is the faster clear, but Sylvanas is getting a lot of free stacks here. She was at 60-something. She's up to almost 100 already. I appreciate it, Freaky. Seriously, thank you, bud. 7-sided onto the Deathwing. Chunks, Water Elemental summoned, and Karazim dashes to the block totem, but that Earth ally is not going to be enough. Ridzu taps well. Incinerate onto the wave and such. We do have mid lane pushed up a little bit here. Genji, a couple Shurikens looking to finish out Shuriken Mastery at 57 of 60. 100 baseline stacks for your Deathwing of the 2,000 he can have. 6,000 of the Jaina, 12,000 for her Ice Block. 30,000 is the Ice Cold for the ability to cast and move while Ice Block is active. And 13 talents here on both sides. Pretty close game, though, in experience. Very, very close series, I would say. And honestly, Germany versus Poland has been really good thus far. This is map number 2 in a best of 5, but there have been so many good team fights, even on Haunted Mines. I mean, Haunted Mines was nearly a 27-minute map just now, so this might be a bit of a barn burner, as I believe they say. Right? Because it's gonna, like, last a long time. I believe that's the phrasing. So, second Dragonite phase is available. We have a tiny experience advantage to the side of Poland, too. So they'll hit 14 first. Deathwing is 5% of the way. Maybe they'll get there by if the game goes for 3 hours. Yeah, there you go. I believe the math is 40 kills, right? Because you get 50 stacks per heroic kill. You need 2,000. 4 times 5 is 20. Add some zeros. 2,000. Done. So yeah. 40 kills are needed, or a heck load of Molten Flame. The Molten Flame stacking is really low. I feel like, honestly, you could add Conflagration periodic damage to that stacking, and it would still be pretty balanced. I initially thought Conflagration, because it does have that sustained damage and burning. I did think it was actually going to be giving a little bit more stacks, but it doesn't. Mid fort has gone down. First structure to fall. Groundbreaker onto Dark Wolf. And a grenade goes out as well as Tychus is working on the wave. Let's see. Dahaka bottom lane is going to get this Moon Shrine. Sunshrine held by Ultralisk Genji. As Deathwing gets some of the experience. And Anub'arak is in position. Dark Wolf gets the channel.
Fire comes for you.
Hazu will not be punished for this in any way, shape, or form. Deathwing in top lane, though. I was going to say, 7-sided strike. I saw that dash. Bellowing Roar! Nope. So Dragonite... Excuse me. Dragonite is going to be focusing on the top lane fort. Mid's already gone down. Dahaka's managing bottom lane. And Germany pulls ahead by almost a level as the level 1 throws the Genji too far for the Groundbreaker. And now Garrosh with Indomitable is not going to be enough. Dahaka's stepping up. He has elongated tongue. I thought he was going to try and drag Alvarez, but not going to be the situation, as we do have Dino rotating with the Water Elemental. That's going to be a Molten Flame. The Retreat Tower trying to zone back. Iron Fist Karazim. Drag is good. The Wailing Arrow interrupting, but that is still going to be Rhaegar taking down. The Ancestral was utilized on themselves. Yeah, that was a self-cast Ancestral, but it didn't trigger in time to see the 1 second cooldown. I did see the visual, but I was like, wait a minute, that did not fully go. And next Dragonite phase is going to be around 13 minutes in game time. Very low cooldown from when it goes down to the next contestable phasing. Third Dragon of the map. And Team Germany, they're making a case for a map number 3 with a 1-1 score of this best of 5. Let's see, those 16s. Fire and Fury 13 for the Deathwing. Usually Gaze into Destruction at level 16 for them. Earth Grasp Totem. Will the Forsaken, Titan Grenade with the Melting Point 7 and your quarterback level 1. You do also have your Earth Shaker for Garrosh here with the Wrecking Ball stuns enemies near impact the area for 0.5 seconds. Might see the Titanic Might level 20. Could be Death Wish. Death Wish is definitely a possibility for Warlord's Challenge. Genji gonna self-cast that Cyber Agility right there. Just an in-place backflip. Just trying to show off. But that does give the 3 charges because the Shuriken Mastery level 4. So Cyber Agility now refunds 3 charges of Shuriken. So that's the reason you're seeing, sir, that flip really quickly for out of combat or anything.
Control the shrines.
And there's going to be your next objective. As I said, about 13 minutes for the announcement, and we are ready to go for contest in 19 seconds. Ridzu in top lane clearing out the wave with a Dragon Breath. We have Jaina working on bottom lane camp. This is going to be Garrosh stepping into the bush, checked by Genji Shurikens, and maybe Chase 7-sided strike, impale from Anub'arak. That's a beautiful Indomitable to mitigate that possible stun, but there's going to be a 40-second cooldown for that 1.5 second unstoppable. Dahaka's in position top. He might have brush talk into mid lane, realistically. Dahaka, Hazuab's enhanced agility currently in 8 of the 10 stacks. So he does move really quick. Genji is going to be able to get in mid lane, and he will jump inside. Anub'arak is here. Jaina and friends are able to sustain the control of bottom lane Moonshine, and they will be able to get Dragonite here for mid lane, as Molten Flames are going to be used to push up the wave. Ultralisk inside is going to open up the lane. I think they're just kind of getting waves pushed up and maybe try and siege in all 3 lanes. I see Dragonite rotating into bottom with Team Germany, though. They might try and get this bottom lane fort taken down and get the 3rd structure away from Team Poland. Germany with over a level lead, almost 20 talent tier advantage. Dahaka possibly going for the flank. Checks the bush with a drag and finds this Garrosh. Lurker Strain. As Dahaka burrows. Deathwing here as well, but Dragonite looks like it will be successful in taking down this bottom lane fort. some siege onto the bottom lane keep gate, or what's the call from Germany? They still have 27 seconds on the Dragon Knight, 39% of this health pool, and if you're curious, it's on the left side of your screen for all the stats. Jaina's siege is really good too. I mean, you throw down a blizzard, poke here and there with some Cone of Cold, some ice lances as well. Another Molten Flame goes out, Dragon Knight expires. And the 20s are here with Rewind, Living Weapon, Transgression, the 11-sided strike as we like to call it, because it adds 4 more strikes into the 7-sided strike. Contagion and your Winter Mute for the Jaina. A very common motif today in our level 20s where pretty much everyone on the team but one hero is taking the upgrade. Granted, Cryptweaver, not as good as Rewind, I gotta say. Cryptweaver does have some place, does have play style, and, you know, it is a talent that you can choose, but Rewind is so hard to pass up. I have a gut feeling that at some point in this year, a Nubrak is going to get something like Murden's Mountain King, and he will not have Rewind. That is my gut prediction for one of the patches this year, is that a Nubrak will have some sort of version of Mountain King for him. Mr. Kronkus! Yes. Congratulations on your watch streak. Thank you for the 10 watch streak. Appreciate it, bud. Welcome in. Flip also gives armor. Yeah, the Cyber Shield, yeah. Spell armor specifically. Spell armor specifically. Because, yeah, there's a difference between armor, physical armor, and spell armor. Because, you know, those are all... Armor is both of them. Just to hit on that nail too many times. 20 talents here on the left-hand side is going to be here, though. Sylvanas is 17 stacks away from getting her 50% damage increase on her black arrows. Could be a good damage increase for team fighting. There's the Titanic Mine, as we talked about earlier, for the Garrosh with the Earthshaker and the Unrivaled Strength level 1. We have the Farseer's Blessing, Big Red Button, Bolt of the Storm Sylvanas, and that is Destroyer's Rampage for the Deathwing. Another thing that I'd love to see is I'd love to see Sylvanas get her own unique Bolt of the Storm, you know, like Bolt of the Banshee Queen or something like that. It kind of rolls off the tongue. Bit of a tongue twister. But you can make it like Psionic Shift or Ice Blink for Kerrigan or Jaina. Like, I really do think you can actually get some cool value. You know, Bolt of the Storm in, a short distance bolt, and the enemies within the area are going to have Black Arrow mark against them. Banshee Curse. Garrosh is going to be taken down by the 7th sector of the Karazim. We do have a Big Red Button Odin Cataclysm in from the Deathwing. Ancestor Healing goes out. The Farseers splashes onto the Sylvanas. And Hazuabs has a lot of healing over time, but will be taken down by the Tychus. 1-for-1 in Garrosh and this Dahaka as Nubrak burrows back in. Impale thrown out as well. Okay. Alrighty, so it is 241 for the Sylvanas, but here's the thing, Ultralisk is getting inside the Dragon Knight. Another Dragon Knight over to the side of Germany. They've also got this camp for bottom lane. I wouldn't be surprised if they maneuver the Dragon Knight into bottom and push up with this camp. And yeah, just slow rotation with a Nubrak into bottom lane. Molten Flames utilized here as well. I'm going to double check this. I don't think it's Flame Breath. That's right. Molten Flame is Deathwing's baseline, or Q. Right? Oh, he's in flight form. I can't check. He's up in the air. Slowly but surely the wave is going to be pushed up. Keep is exposed. The gate was taken down. No damage onto the structure. Deathwing dropping down into the engagement. Ridzu with a few wing flaps of that Incinerate. This is going to be a Big Red Button from your Tychus as well. And Dragon Knight is going to be cleared away. Gets about 50% of the keep. Swift Strike from Genji afterwards. The Warlord's Challenge was utilized to try and lock down Genji, but it's not going to be the case.
Such a feeble mind.
Alright. Possession onto a catapult from Sylvanas. Genji Dahaka show in lane, clearing. Dykus with a little grenade, but wait a minute, they're going to Swift Strike onto Pikachu, who gets the Ancestral in time. Deathwing dropping down as well. Farseer's Blessing splashing the allies around. Deflect from Genji utilizes as well the Wailing Arrow onto Jaina and Anub'arak, but he's got Shed Exoskeleton. He's going to be able to have that mount speed when Carapace is active. You also do have the Ursitating Spines and the Chitinous Plating as well. Ursitating being at 13 and the Chitinous being at level 7. Drag from Dahaka, just trying to go for blind chicken in the bush. It did work earlier for that Garrosh pull. They didn't get a kill, but still. A few shurikens onto Siege Giants over here. Anub'arak checks bush with Burrow. One beetle will be summoned, so they know that Anub'arak is around because of that beetle summoning right there. If the members of Poland are checking that closely on the map. But scaling-wise, I mean, it's in favor of Germany. They've got 23 to the enemy's 22. A 6-kill difference, 9-3. As we are waiting for the shrines to pop up once again. Shurikens check bush on the left side. We wait patiently for this. It's a lot of tension here. Germany backs up a little bit.
Control both shrines, and the Dragon Knight's power is yours.
The Dragonite phasing is here. Dahaka's top side. Sun Shrine. Genji trying to jump to the side. Will be able to do so with that 40 spell armor from his Cyber Agility level 7 Cyber Shield. And works on bottom lane wave really quickly. Dismount onto Garrosh. He's checked in the bush, and Danger Ping is there. Ice Lance from Dino gets a hit. Meanwhile, Dahaka, by the way, is pushing a wave up on the Death Bridge. Very rare Death Bridge. Anub'arak burrows out. Rewind activated from that Anub'arak as he gets a cleansing touch from the Kharazim. Water Elemental will be cleared away, or at least expire. Dahaka's heading to bottom. There is, by the way, this is still happening in top lane. That keep is down. So, who gets inside Dragonite? Because there's no one going to be able to get the counter channel in time. So Genji inside this once again. What's the game plan from Germany? Do they want to just get another structure through bottom? I think they could get keep here. Warlord's Challenge up in 12. Water Elemental up in 18 with the Winter Mute level 20. Dragonite working its way through bottom lane. By the way, the fort and top is still available, so there's no periodic catapult pressure against the consistent catapults coming out from top lane. Mid lane fort is still up for Germany as well. Odin summon, big red button, drop down from Deathwing, gonna try and take out the Dragonite as quickly as possible so they don't lose this keep, but I think that is inevitable here. Now they get this, there's gonna be more big red buttons fired out. A Savage Charge kicks Sylvanas into the Hall of Storms. She'll mount up and rejoin the allies, but Flame Breath's coming out, onslaught forward from Deathwing. Germany gets the keep, and I think that's really all they wanted. They might even cancel the Dragonite here, yeah. Big red button checks this camp. Dahaka seen speeding on out of here.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Poland should just YOLO siege bottom lane. Playing macro doesn't seem to work. That's a choice. Yes, just overextend in bottom lane with no retreat path or safety, and just YOLO siege. Up against Germany, who has beat you in pretty much every aspect of this map so far.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Deathwing dropping down into top lane onto Dahaka. No way to interrupt him from brush stalking out onto the southeast side of the map, and that'll be things cleared away. Dahaka with the allies, seen in lane. Garrosh checked in the bush by the Impale from Anub'arak. Left side camp maybe invaded? Nah, not gonna be in time.
yourself.
Pushing up through bottom.
Do not swamp.
Dahaka, look on the minimap, is either pushing mid or maybe setting up for a flank. But minion wave is getting a bit thin here. Haunting arrows from Sylvanas will be utilized to try and open up Keep Gate. Dahaka, meanwhile, is currently trying to end through top lane. There's your counterplay coming out from Dahaka in this, so it's either try and get this keep here, or defend your mid lane keep that you're losing currently. The Hazu macro play is coming through. And Germany are completely fine with slow playing this because Hazu's currently winning the game on the left side of your map. And now you have to retreat, and you are going to lose your Garrosh. You're going to possibly lose your Sylvanas. Bolt of the Storm to allow her to back away. The Impale comes out. Veronic is going to be punched up, and Ice Lance goes out. That'll be a self-cast Ancestral. Not getting the value it's hoping for. 70% remains on the core of Team Poland. They fall as well. The Tychus, I mean. And a lone Sylvanas in this engagement gets caught, and that'll be Jaina with Channel on the south side objective. Dahaka maneuvering through mid. The mid lane keep on a few hundred HP. But the core shielding building back up. Deathwing, the last defender. Punches come through.
Red team.
Bellowing roar from Deathwing. Ice block from Jaina, no ice out. And Germany will find victory in map number 2 of this best of 5 series. GG, well played. That is going to be a 13-3 game. Battlefield of Eternity. Rolling on in for map number 3 of this best of 5 lower bracket semifinal. My name is Bahamut. You may have known that, but if you didn't, welcome into the stream. We have got Poland on the left-hand side, Germany on the right. Poland opted in for first pick priority as the losing team. Germany picking up the map choice, or taking us to Battlefield of Eternity. So we'll see what band away, as 20 heroes are unavailable. Whatever we've seen in Haunted Mines and Dragonshire just now will be unavailable for the remainder of this series. Oh, so on that note, what are going to be the bans? Do we continue to see Johanna banned out? Will Hogger Chromie be banned by members of Germany? Chen will be removed. Chen will be removed, so no Panda Pal. There's the Chromie ban as we expected. Not really too surprising on that one. I'm trying to think like what they might target ban. Maybe a Dino Tracer, but I feel like it's a little early to maybe prioritize Dino Tracer. I feel like we usually see it in the mid-ban phase. This might just be a main tank ban. No, they'll get rid of Malfurion. Okay. Malfurion has synergy with Tracer quite often. So we'll see that removed. This has been the Hogger ban pretty consistently from Germany throughout today. Will they lean into that once again, or is there something else that Germany does not want to deal with for Battlefield Map 3? Is there like a race potential hero they don't want to deal with? That could be a consideration as well. Oh, it's going to be Medivh. So does Poland lean into an early Hogger for their draft, or do they have something else they wanna prioritize at the start? Rexar is not too bad for this map either. Rexar does have some decent control. We don't see him a ton, but I do think Rexar's a little undervalued on this map. Li Ming will be your first pick on the left-hand side, just looking for big balls, magic missiles, blinks, and probably Wave of Force, possibly Disintegrate. What do we want on the side of Germany? They get 2 picks early on, and then we get into the mid-ban phase, or at least we get more picks against them from Poland than the mid-ban phase. Is it an early, like, main tank healer lock-in, just for something simple? So they'll get the Hanzo with the Diablo. I honestly could not remember if Hanzo's been played already in this series. I thought he was played on Haunted Mines 1, but no, that was not the case. That was the Vala game, that's right. Vala has already been played in this series. And Genji has been picked up as well, if I remember correct. So no reset comp or double reset for Poland here. Hammer's pretty popular on this map, but it really depends on what they want to build around it. I was going to say Tyrael is up, and Tyrael Hammer is a good combo. There's the Rexar that I like for a bit more control. You've got Charge Misha. You've got that Release the Boars as well, as I had talked about earlier today about the root and the kill command for... Sorry, the slow and then the root with the kill command. Mid-ban phase, I could see a healer target ban. Could also be a solo ban. I don't think it's a race potential hero ban. I don't think it's like a Rainer or something like that. I'm sorry, did we already have over 250,000 on Germany and we're not even done with the draft? My god. Ana will be removed. That makes a lot of sense. Nano boosted Li Ming is annoying to deal with. Diablo Hanzo. Tyrande would not be too bad for either side. I like the Tyrande a ton, so that could be a target ban. Could just be a solo lane into the Rexar like Leoric, and they'll get rid of Leoric here. Hazu does play a lot of Leoric, but into the Rexar, Leoric can be very punitive with applying Drain to Misha and forcing her back consistently. Malthael's not a bad pickup, though. Malthael Race on this map is pretty good. The other thing with the Leoric ban is you do have that Entomb, which is a good play-in with the Dragon Strike and or Lightning Breath. Typically, those are overlapped inside, so it's another reason we could see that Leoric ban. Deckard Cain. Sometimes with Deckard we're seeing Hammer, but I don't think it's going to be. There's that Malthael that I was really hoping for. Into the Rexar is really strong. As I had also said, has great utility into race potential as well. And then Last Rites could be forcing out big utility tools from the healer on the side of Poland too, which we don't know what that is yet. Like Whitemane's up, Alex Strauss is up, I believe Stukov is up. Ariel, Lieutenant Morales, obviously no Ana or Malfurion as they've been banned in this game. Lucio in the house with Imperious Stabby Daddy. So here's the question. Do you run the Malthael in the 4-man and you pick up something else in the solo lane up against the Rexar Misha? Or do you run Malthael and then you pick up, I feel like they need percent-based damage on the side of Germany in the 4-man. Tychus has already been played. I don't know what you want here. The Arthas is actually really, really strong because Imperious wants to be melee, Misha wants to be melee, Lucio has got small range, Johanna and melee. The Arthas, I think, is actually huge here. You see the Ultralisk, you see Ultralisk as well on Malthael, and I believe that's going to be in the 4-man, so it's a really smart pickup right there. I think this Arthas was absolutely amazing. The Howling Blast route onto the backline to force Li Ming back. You've got Frozen Tempest onto anyone that wants to step up. In the solo lane, I'm assuming it's Rexar versus Arthas here, with Malthael in the 4-man up against the Imperious Lucio, Johanna, Li Ming. I think this last pick pivot onto Arthas was absolutely huge. I'd love to see an E-build Arthas. I don't think we're going to see it. The most prevalent build is Howling Blast, level 1, you get your, the Frost Presence level 1, Shattered Armor 4, Death Coil level 7, Army of the Dead, and then, I am blanking on the 13 that we've been seeing lately. Anti-Magic Shell at 16, and then Legion of Northrend at 20. I think we do see a little bit of variety at 13 for the Arthas, but let's go ahead and get on into map number 3 of this Best of 5 series. You don't think it'll be Sindragosa in this map? I don't know. I haven't really seen many Arthuses played with Sindragosa, but I don't think I've seen many Arthuses in solo lane either. So I'm just going with what I've seen so far. As I said, I'd be happily. I'll be happy to be incorrect on the build, but that's what I've been seeing, so that's what I can correlate to all of you. Malthiel. Oh, there's your Frost presence. Malthiel's going to be going to oh, no, sorry. Wrong order of operations. Germany in the red, looking to continue their winning streak up against Poland, is going to be Ultralisk on the Malthiel, Dino, Hanzo, Death Knight, Death Knight Deckard, Dark Wolf Diablo, Hazuab's Arthas. This is both for the side of Poland on the Imperius, Bronick, Lucio, Birchu, Johanna, Alvarez is the Li Ming, Ridzu on the Rexar, and Misha played by Misha, of course. Smooth moves, Lucio. You the Bird of Prey for your Rexar, Aether Walker, Burn the Impure, Zealous Glare, Frost Presence, your Soul Shield, Sapphire, Simple Geometry, and Death's Reach for Malthiel, so he can chase onto enemies or dive onto them. I mean, honestly, this Wraith Strike range is humongous. This is player vision right now, or player zoom. So it's nearly his entire screen. Getting up there. Well, Hazu plays it slow and safe in top lane. He's going to try and utilize his trait. So Arthas, by the way, in the most recent patch this week, did have some significant changes on his rework. We'll talk about some of those in a moment, because the fight in bottom lane is going to be persisting. Rexar, Misha rotating down. Arthas trailing behind. A very low Imperius will be taken down. And that is going to be Malthiel trying to get another kill into this Johanna, trying also not to get a reset over to Li Ming as Arthas comes in with a Howling Blast. And that'll be camp picked up by the side of Poland. 1 for 1 in the heroic kills. So the Arthas baseline, hitting enemy heroes or killing a minion with Frostmourne activation will give you 1 stack, and that gives you 1 damage, 1 permanent damage increase for the Arthas. You also get the 40 mana return as well. Howling Blast at level 1 was changed a bit as well, so it's the area passively is increased by 20%. After hitting 15 heroes, the Howling Blast range increased by 20% and roots enemies along the path. The phrasing is incorrect here when it says hits enemies in the path. It should say root in my opinion, because that's what it does, and that's what it used to say, and it makes sense. But the 30 stacks is actually going to be a 50% slow for 0.75 seconds on the Death Coil. Ultra was very low, able to back away because the Shadow Charge of Diablo, potion coming out from Deckard. Another camp stolen and picked up, or I guess picked up by the side of Poland here. So Howling Blast picking up its 7th stack. And the Impaler camp in this lane to be finished out. Hanzo in bottom, trying to get stacks off of Johanna with Simple Geometry. Dino trying to bait Birchu, I think, to step up and with that Hearth in front of the gate, but maybe Dino's actually looking to legit Hearth out, but no. Shield Glare goes out. Arthas clearing things out on top. Fallen Shaman left, Fallen Shaman right. Looks like Germany's a little bit behind on this, but there's going to be a delay because you don't typically get this until about 2:45 is the average time. So that way the Fallen Shaman's entering to lane about 3 minutes right by your fort gate. So you have that delayed pressure onto the enemy, and you can see Imperius waiting closer to the objective phase. You might channel that within 5 seconds. No, I think they're going to channel it literally on the objective timer. Okay. A little bit of a later timing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's going to be, by the way, the Shattered Armor at level 7. So this one is unchanged. Just moved from 13 to 4. So 15 armor debuff, spell and physical with a 4-second duration on that. Arcane Orbs poking from Li Ming. She has that Triumvirate cooldown value. Malthiel diving to the side. Gets hit with a Savage Spin of the Immortal. That's going to be a scroll of Sealing going out, as well as a Herodra Cube. Diablo Shadow charging in deep, and Germany finds their 2nd kill and the first half of the Immortal race. I'm sad that the AoE trait talent on Arthas doesn't give stacks. Are you talking about... his level 1? The Borean's wins? Or sorry, the level 4 with the Icy Talons? I mean, I see what you mean by stacks, okay. I was like, what do you... Oh, right, stacks, right, because there's no longer Frozen Waste, but you basically have Frozen Waste values and other things. I thought he did have a Frozen Tempest stacking talent, though. Does he not? Am I misremembering? I thought he had, I thought Borean Winds did stack, but I guess not. No. It's just gain some passive value. You've got Icy Talons for attack damage. You've got Biting Cold. And yeah, Remorseless Winter. Nah, my bad. I thought they did give him a stacking talent on that one. As of the Frost Strike. Well, Frost Strike is for Frost, is the splash on this one. Hold on, though. We do have scatters coming out. We also have a Scroll of Sealing. There was an Emerald in there with that -75 healing for 4 seconds from the Deckard Cain on that Herodric Cube. Oh my god, and that's supposed so low. Bronick will be taking down the scatter. Almost takes down the Imperious as well. Is it part of his baseline quest? No. Baseline is just this, as I was talking about. Yeah, I thought he still had a questing talent on his Frozen Tempest, but I guess not. No, I misremember the Arthas rework. We're all still learning. It hasn't even been a week since this patch has been out. Icebound Fortitude at level 7, by the way. Icebound Fortitude, the very common pickup at level 7, and then I think at 13 he is going to be going into... Oh, I clicked on a sidewall. At level 13, he should be going into the Death Chill, I think I've been seeing. Could be Deathlord as well. I've been seeing both of these. But 15 baseline stacks, 14 on the Frost Presence. Second objective phase is coming up soon. Coil going out onto Ritsu. Misha getting hit with the Howling Blast for the 16 stack Shadow Charge into the bear. And a Firestorm from Diablo. He's full on souls. And Arthas will finish out the wave at top. We've got our 10 Talonteers coming up soon, so let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, get an idea what the damage healing experience looks like so far in map 3 of the series. All right. Very close race, like a 300 HP race between these two teams. As we wait for the 10s, the Immortals will go to defensive sides. Malthael soaking up a bit in top lane, trying to get that heroic. Arthas soaking bottom as well. Right side camp is being worked on. Sonic Arrow to provide some vision. Diablo has reduced soul consumption. Last Rites, Dragon's Arrow, Stay a While, Listen, Lightning Breath, and Army of the Dead for your Arthas. We'll talk about the changes on that one in a moment, because it's now 18 seconds per charge. You can also get some cooldown values as well with minions and heroic takedowns. Boars to be unleashed by the Rexar, Wave of Force, Blessed Shield, High Five, and Wrath of Angiers, or the Sky Suplex as I like to call it. Fallen Shaman entering into top lane, favoring the members of Team Germany. A huge amount of damage to Malthael. The Blessed Shield was used off of that Celestial Charge if you're wondering how he was locked down for so long. The Wrath of Angiers missing, the Howling Blast does land. Being taking down that Malthael, and that's a good Celestial Charge. Dragon's Arrow fired into the enemies. Diablo activates Lightning Breath, Stay a While and Listen, and Diablo will be taken down. Souls expended, Misha taken down. Lucio picked off as well. Scatters coming out. Arthas trying to chase onto this Imperious, and Hanzo damage will be good. Imperious falls. The fatal damage from Arthas as the Howling Blast tries to connect onto this Rexar, and another Immortal phase going over the side of Germany. Where does it go? I think it's top lane. Top lane still has a bit more health as the Fort Tower still available here. Malthael soaks up bottom lane, 4 to 5 in kills, 11 1/4 to 11 3/4, and the kills and experience favoring Germany by a little bit. Oh my god, it's 1 o'clock. I've been casting for 6.5 hours? Jesus. What a day. Fire Stomp out from Diablo. Immortal will take down their last tower. Sidewalls are still there. Malthael getting a few autos here and there. A demonic spin coming through. Diablo Shadow Charge into Imperious will be an answer of a Celestial Charge of his own. That's going to also be an overpower onto one. The last rights is going to go out onto the Johanna. and she will not fall. The Arcane Orbs poking here and there. Dragon's Arrow, big savage spin from the Immortal. Lucio will be taken down. Scroll of Sealing sets up the kill into Misha, and then Imperious to fall. The Immortal's cleared away, and our next Immortal is going to be a little bit before 12 minutes in game time. Alright, so the Army of the Dead, by the way, so it's an 18-second charge cooldown. Consume all charges to summon an equal number of ghouls that lose health for 20 seconds. Then attack for 33 damage, reactivate to sacrifice the ghoul, healing Arthas for 400 health, so it's 6 charges. Here's the change. Whenever, one of the other changes, actually. Whenever a nearby minion dies, reduce the charge cooldown of this ability by 1 second. Takedowns reduce the charge cooldown of this ability by 6. And there's going to be the Death Chill at level 13 for the Arthas. Howling Blast damage increased by 2 for each stack of Frostmourne Hungers, so 44 damage. And you'll be having, deals 100% additional damage and roots for an additional 0.25 seconds against heroes under 50% health. Baseline root, I believe, is 1.5? 1.25. So you get a 1.5 root if the target is below 50% health. Howling Blast again. Time is relative. Soon enough, it'll be tomorrow, and you'll be streaming. I mean, literally, I got in bed last night, and I looked at the clock, and I go, I'll be streaming in 11 and a half hours. I got in bed at 7:30 last night. Went to bed at 8, got up at 4:30. Here we are. What is your favorite brand of toothpaste? The one that cleans my teeth. There's going to be a Scroll of Sealing going out. Shadow Charge from Diablo. Howling Blast picking up its last stack. So it's going to be the Death Coil now having a 50% slow for 0.75 seconds. And 16 is looming. Well, I still have 2 levels for that one, but it's a level lead in favor of Germany as a Scroll Sealing Blessed Shield. Cadet from Johanna. Lightning Breath from your Diablo cooking up a few enemies. There's going to be Deckard Cain displaced by the Wrath of Angiris, and he will be taken down as well. Malthael picked off next, as Li Ming somehow, some way is able to back away from Diablo pressure. Dragon's Arrow lands into the Johanna. Dark Wolf looking to back away. Hanzo trying to get some scatters in. Dark Wolf souls will be expended. We do have the Impaler camp in top lane opening things up, but the Johanna will have a clear onto this. Shield Glare into Condemn. And we'll have also this wave to be cleared out. Seven to 7 in kills. Poland making a case for this Immortal phase to go over in their favor. And it would go into the top lane, as that has the entire gate, or most of the gate still up. Scatter off the wall. Arcane Orb poking in. Malthael. Shroud is going to be able to scout the Misha in the bush. The Immortals head to north-south side. Scatter from Hanzo going out as well. Sonic Air for some vision. Diablo comes in with a Shadow Charge. Firestomp's coming through. 36 souls for him. Howling Blast mitigated by Ironskin Johanna. Boars unleashed by Rexar. Misha unfortunately taken down. And now Hanzo tries to poke onto the enemy Immortal. Diablo trying to anchor, mitigate some of the magic missile pokes. By the way, one of the best noises in the game, the Secret level 7 from Li Ming is what you're hearing. Bow down. 16 getting closer and closer for both teams. It's not really a massive advantage with all these, with the equalization and kills, of course. What's up, Rob Dog? Scatter out. That's a Icebound Fortitude from Arthas activate. You see that visual on his body. And he'll head to top lane. He gets a 28 stack. That's a charge from Misha into Diablo. He does not have souls. If he dies, he does not have the respawn, nor does he have the soul value. High five from Lucio into Misha. Dragon's Arrow lands, mitigated by a bunch of high five activations. Misha will be taken down. Wrath of Angiris pulls this Arthas inside. Army of the Dead available, but it's not even going to be utilized here. Stay a while and listen under a couple enemies. The overpower from Diablo, the last rights into this Imperious will be the setup for the counter kill. And now Hanzo continues to race below. We have this Johanna pulling Dark Wolf forward. Minus 35 healing from that Sin's Exposed level 7 can be refreshed as well with autos onto the target. Maltheo trying to chase onto this Johanna. Shadow Charge from Diablo. Hanzo is still just working his way through the objective. Diablo gets absolutely chunked right there. Magic Missiles come through and get the reset for Li Ming, but the Immortal will go over the side of Germany. Death Knight gets a scroll ceiling. The scatter goes out. We have Deckard falling, but Johanna picked off. Maltheo the next to go down. And Germany losing a few members here as they get the Immortal. That heads to bottom lane. Minion Wave is pushing things up, and it's not looking too bad for the side of Germany, even though they did lose a couple members before this siege section.
For the gates of heaven.
There's your anti-magic shell, which is pretty much unchanged. Just moved from 20 to 16. 60-second cooldown to activate to make Arthas immune to spell damage for 4 seconds. Heal Arthas for 25% of the damage to be prevented. Bonk staff for Deckard. The Heraldic staff for the 0.75 stun, which is available every 5 seconds. Piercing arrow. Up the frequency. Feign death. Mirror ball. Pretty normal stuff to expect here as a quick camp is grabbed by Germany on the south side. And 20 Talontiers getting closer and closer for these teams. Half a level lead over to the side of Poland. Almost 18 to about 17.5. Howling Blast checks the bush. No one's there. Lucio keeping his movement speed active with a wall ride on the left-hand side. Did go smooth moves level 1, by the way. No Accelerando. Sidewall being opened up. Howling Blast finds its way into Li Ming. A scatter off the edge of the sidewall. Does manage to poke onto the enemies. And that's really all it's going to achieve right there, as that is going to be an Arcane Orb just shy of anyone. Diablo's back to full-on souls. Oops, in top lane. Impalers will be grabbed. Maybe. Maltheo's playing to the right-hand side of this. Playing a little safe. Will be able to jump onto the Johanna who's entering the bush. The camp is going to be leashed back up to full. Unless Maltheo gets a trigger. It had the jump up at the last second, but the scatter from Hanzo, piercing value, quickly clears things out. And we've got our next Immortal phase coming up in north-south positioning. Firestomp from Diablo to check this bush. We have your Fallen Shamans on left and right to be traded here. Alright, easy grab on both of those. Arthas has a small extra wave, or a little bit of a wave clear in top lane, sorry. A lot of Immortal phasings have gone through. 5th or 6th at this point, as we're getting closer and closer to 20 talents here. About a level to go for both teams. Shaman in bottom lane. Looks like Maltheo's rotating down to clear that. We have Imperious in top lane to manage theirs. A little poker too from Hanzo with scatters and stormbows. A Firestomp from Diablo as well. He is full on souls, as you can see the soul stone. 31 stacks for the Arthas, so keep in mind that's another 62 damage on the Howling Blast on top of the baseline scaling. Arcane Orb fires out. Celestial Charge, though, goes out onto the Maltheo. The inevitable end will be utilized. Boars unleashed by Rexar. And as I keep mentioning, no 20 yet. No kill command value. Big Arcane Orb and Magic Missiles into Hanzo. The Army of the Dead from Hazu will be utilized. And Dino starts going for race. Big scatter value. Johanna might have been seen in that bush, but I don't think Germany really cares. They want to get the first half of the Immortal race. The Celestial Charge landing onto the Diablo. He'll get a few potions. Wrath of Angiers pulls him up into the sky. The Dragon's Arrow landing onto the Johanna. The scroll ceiling is there. Diablo's Souls consumed. Johanna Blessed Shield is utilized to follow up. Maltheo trying to get to that potion, but won't be able to do so. And that is Team Poland with a very good double kill. They're going to try and race through this Immortal. Meanwhile, Hanzo and Arthas Deckard Ancient Blessings, and the Immortal race is going to be very close between these two teams. Does Hanzo have another good scatter? No, he doesn't in time, and they are shy by 1,490 damage. The Immortal goes to top lane, but meanwhile in bottom, Catapult pushing up against the Keep Gate. We've got that level 20 with the Kill Command, Repulsion, Radiating Faith. Do we get Unrelenting Descent and Mixing Fire? No. 4 or 5 heroes upgrade their level 10 heroics at 20, but Imperius goes impervious. Howling Blast firing out. Top lane. Fort to be taken down as well. This Immortal is a pretty beefy boy. I mean, we're 19 some minutes in. 1,852 damage. Repulsion, pushing people around. Celestial Charge plus shield, and that's going to be Hanzo deleted. Another Repulsion, trying to push Diablo in. And this Immortal is possibly going to take down Keep. Poland with a massive run through top lane. Celestial Charge missing. Arcane Orb goes out. Just to the side. Charge from Misha. Ancient Blessings is there. As well, the Wrath of Angeris onto the Decker Kane. The Immortal is going to possibly take down the Keep. That's a spin from the Immortal. Decker just taking down the Lightning Breath from Diablo. And the Keep is taken down. The Immortal moves in towards core. Ultralisk is the next to fall. Diablo with the overpowered. Dark Wolf the next to fall. It's Malthael and Arthas to defend. And will Poland end? You see them, they're discussing it. They're not sure, but it sounds like Poland will back off. And level 20 is on the right side. We have that Legion of Northrend, the Hellgate Diablo, Respect the Elderly Bullseye, buyback for Malthael with No One Can Stop Death. And that Legion of Northrend, by the way, if you're curious, so reduce the Army of the Dead's charge cooldown by 5. So it's a 13-second cooldown, 14-second cooldown, sorry, 13-second cooldown. Math is hard today. And then each charge consumed spawns an additional ghoul to attack nearby enemies. These ghouls cannot be sacrificed, though. It does look like quite a Legion when you do utilize it. And Poland is just tearing up the map right now. We do have Arthas trying to flank. I think he's trying to flank. Diablo's not here, though. It's a bit of a split fight. Howling Blast goes out, landing on a 2. Bullseye to follow that up. There's going to be Impervious activated. Kill command from Rexar, I believe, was utilized as well for the disengage. Army of the Dead from Hazu popped, and the Immortal phase has respawned. Just wow, like, Poland is playing so well in the very late game of this map. 64 souls for the Diablo, make it 65 of the 100. And we are looking at a left side camp to be grabbed. Li Ming immediately going in for the Immortal Race. Right side Germany doing the same. It looks like Poland will have the first half of the race by a significant amount. Like, what is that, 9,000 HP? Yeah. Immortals go to north-south. Scatter from Hanzo goes out. Misha checks the bush, or at least is there for vision for the team. Fallen Shaman in top and bottom, pushing in the respective lanes. Yeah, Uki, yeah. Map 1 was like 27 minutes. And Dragonshire just now was pretty back and forth. Germany, though, was the dominant force in Dragonshire, though. Like, there was some good back and forth, and then Germany just pretty much held Dragonshire. Oh, I have a snooze button. I'm going to hit the snooze button. We don't like ads in our games. I'd say map 1 was a lot closer. Like, map 1 was pretty in favor of Poland, and map 2 was pretty in favor of Germany, is a good way to put it. Some back and forths here and there, but all in all, it's, I mean, like, Poland was ahead of map 1 Haunted Mines for pretty much most of the game. They had a, oh my god, the repulsion pushes Arthas in, but Hanzo does take down the Imperius, and we will be seeing a trade for the solo laners, or at least the bruisers here. Scatter's going out. Stay a while and listen. Only catching on to Misha. Bullseye fired into the enemy team. I don't think it's going to have the value they're looking for. Shadow Charge from Diablo into Lucio, who did use a lot of his high five value. And that is last rights to take down Johanna, which will give Diablo full souls. And now the Immortals are being raced, but this might be Germany taking this Immortal here. It goes into bottom lane, I do believe. And Hanzo gets the scatter needed. Lucio And Li Ming trying to back away. Diablo might have the angle, is going into bottom lane. Haradra keep thrown out by the Deckard as well. Alright, recall from Ultralisk. Hazu entering in through bottom lane as well. Can Germany find victory here at 24.5 minutes in, or 24 plus minutes into the map? If you want Belith stats, they're on the left side. 31,800 points of health. Less than that in shielding. 0 shielding now. 2,236 damage into structures is the big factor to consider, as Germany is just blasting through this bottom lane keep gate. But the Immortal is getting poked at and whittled down. Can Germany get this keep in bottom lane?
The demon has fallen, but he'll rise again in time.
Yeah, that's why we say the phrasing of the more well-defended lane. So right now, if another Immortal was picked up by Germany, it would head into top lane because this is the more well-defended lane. Poland gets the next objective, it'll head to the bottom. That is the more well-defended lane. If there is no structure available, it is a flip of the coin. It does not matter how far the lane is pushed up. I have seen Immortals go into lanes where the catapults are nearing the core, and I've seen Immortals go into the further back lane. It does not matter. Well, 6 kill difference. Arthas Howling Blast, by the way, he was standing here, got a Howling Blast out to that bush. That's wild, that range. 39 baseline stacks for Hazu, by the way. So, getting up there with that Death Chill increased damage. And this is why Blizzard should hire me, because I have a lot of in-depth knowledge like this, so we can actually talk about why things are happening the way they are. It's almost like the guy who's been casting the game since basically HGC collapsed is probably a good choice for BlizzCon. Or, you know, the person that made it their career, basically. Stack-wise, the only thing to really mention is going to be the Arthas baseline. No sub done for the Johanna. As we enter into 27 minutes for this next Immortal. This has got to be the game-winning Immortal, right?
I fight for the glory of the high.
Also, ads are getting very close to running, so hopefully they don't trigger in the middle of this game, but we'll find out. Nothing I can do about it now. Immortals trading imaginary damage with 56,000 points of health to work through for this race, as Hanzo gets a small scatter and a storm bow hit as well. Malthael able to get his shade thrown in. Sorry, the shroud. Potion, Malthael, inevitable and self-cleanse. Firestorm from Diablo. Misha is going to be scouted by that. Full souls for him. Howling Blast landing on the Li Ming as well as the Imperious. Arcane Orb finding its way into the enemies. That'll be a cooldown value for Alvarez. Arcane Orbs pushing in. Poking onto the Immortal. We do have a good scatter on Amisha. She'll be dropped by Hanzo. Celestial Charge onto Hazuabs. There's going to be Boars Unleashed, the Army of the Dead with the Legion of Northrend. So many ghouls to be chasing out. And this looks like the first half of the Immortal race won by the side of Germany. Keep in mind, on the top lane and bottom lane, respectively, catapults are on core on the right side, on keep on the left side. So Germany's got to be a little careful here as they are losing health on their core rapidly. Malthael's moving back. This is Arthas taken down. Lucio push off. Dragon's there to create more space. Malthael's going to go clear the wave, but that's Deckard Cain taken down. And I think, I really think that Poland just runs at the core right now. It's a Diablo, Hanzo, Malthael to defend. Nah, they're going to go ahead and take down Diablo, and then they're going to work on the Immortal. No? Then they're going to go core? It is going to be core call. Bullseye onto the Johanna. Last rites could be applied to her if he gets in range, but Malthael taken down. He'll buy back in. Hellgate from Diablo to back away as well. Boars Unleashed with the kill command. Arcane Orbs flying in. This core is starting to drop here. Poland may have the advantage in this best of 5. a lower bracket semifinal, and yes, the members of Poland eke out victory here. GG, well played. Poland is one map away from knocking Germany out of Nations Cup into 4th place. Poland is one map away. Can they find it? We try and guess.
Towers.
I was so close. I was so close to it, but I was just ever so far away. All right, Twitch Gamble's going. Could be the final map of the day. If the members of Poland 2 can find victory on Towers of Doom with their first pick, as Germany opted in for map pick prior to the losing team. If they can find victory, that is 4th place to Germany, and the members of Poland 2 move on into the lower bracket final. Tomorrow morning is our first best of 5. Tomorrow morning, 1 best of 5, 1 best of 7 for the grand finals. Winner, which is going to be Team France, who came from the upper bracket, will have first pick and map pick priority for that map number 1. And we have our train hat on because a small hype train is still going. 55 seconds left on that bad boy if you want to take part in it. If not, I understand. No worries. We're here on Towers of Doom. We're enjoying. We're vibing. We did a double block of ads. I do apologize for running double block of ads, but if this series goes the distance and the series goes longer, we will need that block of ads out of the way. Stitch's Vikings will be banned away by the members of Poland 2. Hogger Chromie banned away by Germany. Is Medivh still in? Yes, because he was banned away in the last map. Where Hogger was banned, it was a Medivh ban.
Let the games begin.
There's your first pick, Medivh. Man, Uki, put the crystal ball away. You know, I let me look a little good too. Medivh first pick on the side of Poland 2, which is honestly a really good pick. I like Medivh on Sesamos on Medivh is really strong.
Dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something.
Wait, how do you do it?
Slash. Commands for Twitch are /. So if you wanted to cheer, /cheer space or /ch and then tab, it completes in the number. Or you can do /gift and then the number, and you can gift subs that way too. That is another way to gift. Rob Dog, thank you for the 100 bits, and it looks like the hype train has completed. Thank you very much for the support, my friend. I appreciate it greatly. As Medivh with the ETC Leork for Towers of Doom is grabbed by Poland. Tyrael Malfurion on the right side. Hammer's available. Tracer's available. There you go, Stark's got it. Will Dan to be banned? You were wondering if they were going to ban it or not? Yeah. Germany has been banning Medivh pretty consistently in this series. This is the first map where, well, they were banning a lot of Hogger Chromie. They did ban it on Battlefield just now, and then I think they let it through anticipating the Medivh to get picked up by Poland. As we do get into our mid-ban phase, Cooldan was banned out by Germany, and Poland, I was going to say, this is going to be Tracer ban for sure. Tracer will be removed, and we get back into our draft. So, is there any consideration for Hammer? Because, like, Medivh into Hammer feels like it's a rough game for the Hammer. Leoric and ETC, I also feel like have great harassment onto her as well. I don't think we're going to get a Hammer game, but what will we get from this?
Ow, my balls.
Nice.
Rob Dog, thank you for the 69 bits. I appreciate that. Chen Cassia. Chen and Cassia. I couldn't remember if Cassia has been played in this series or not. It looks like she hasn't. So they can flex the last pick. They can go into a mage if they want. They can go into like a Kerrigan if they wanted. They could pick up the Hammer if that is looking good, but I don't think with the Medivh you want that. Now, ETC Leoric's Medivh, you're gonna need a healer. You're gonna need some damage. You're gonna need some sort of hyper carry. What is the hyper carry gonna be?
Anytime you're ready.
Raynor, Jimmy right click will be coming through with Stukov as well. Okay. Stukov lurking arm underneath hammer is annoying, but you have Hover Siege and Swift Retribution movement speed and bonus as well, which gets her to 95% while in Hover Siege. I don't think it's a hammer, but I don't know. Okay. It's not gonna be a Convection Kael'thas game. As much as we want it to be, it's not gonna be. It's probably gonna be your Arcane Orbs, or sorry, your Mana Addict for the Regeneration Globes, and the activation of his Arcane Barrier. I feel like Germany can take us to a map number 5. I'm leaning into that. What music is this? It is the old HGC draft music, which I got back when I worked for Heroes Hype. And if you remember Heroes Hype, that was back during HGC Open Division, because Heroes Hype had the contract to run the Open Division aspect of HGC. And as I keep saying, I have been around since then. Like, professionally. I've been casting before that. I've been casting since 2016, actually. Yeah, 15-16 is when I got into casting. And then I leaned into it when I moved out west in 2017. But if you happen to know someone that works at Blizzard, be sure to let them know to hire me for BlizzCon, because it would be a travesty to pass me up. Or to quote Doa, if you remember him from CCL days, or from Overwatch, or from League of Legends in Korea, he said it would be a crime if they didn't hire me for this, for BlizzCon casting. So we keep putting the positivity out there, we keep hounding Blizzard, and we keep hoping for that email. Hazu has a lot of work to do to win this game. Yep.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Welcome in, everybody, on the left-hand side. Poland 2, and on what I keep saying could be the final map of the day. Birchu ETC, Bronik Stukov, Alvaris Raynor, Ridzu Leoric, and Sisbos on the Medivh. On the right side, looking to take us to the illustrious, ever so coveted, ever so sought after, and ever so cherished map number 5 will be Team Germany. Death Knight, Malfurion, Dino, Cassia, Ultralisk, Kael'thas, Dark Wolf, Tyrael, and a Hazuob's Chen. I'm staring at the level 1 for Hazuob's. We do get a veteran marksman for the Raynor. Baseline, it actually does show us the 185%. This number will go down as if he dies and loses any Gambit stacks. But that's really nice to be able to see that total damage there. ETC with Guitar Hero. This is going to be your reactive Ballista Spores on the Stukov as well. Oasin's Renewal and Portal Mastery from Medivh as the Gravity Lapse lands on a couple enemies. Freshest ingredients for Chen, so Hazu is not going to be picking up the Accumulating Flame. I didn't think he would, but I was staring and seeing if he was considering it. Emerald Dreams, Malfurion, Charge Strikes, Cassia, your fingers, the Mana Addict for Kael'thas at 20 Regeneration Globes. He has the activation of his Arcane Barrier, but he can surpass that and quest even further. Every Regeneration Globe giving him 15 more mana, and the Arcane Barrier uses the total mana pool available as your barrier shield. That phrasing was a little off, but I think you understand. So it's not, the big thing is to mention, it's not the current value he has of his mana pool, it's just, if he has 2,000 points in his mana pool, that is his Arcane Barrier activation. Medivh sets up a portal, able to back away, ETC hit with a Gravity Lapse, there's going to be a root from Malfurion underneath that as well. The portal is going to not expire as the Healing Pathogen jumps over to this ETC. Arcane Rifts continue to fire out, 13 stacks. We do have Living Bomb applied to the Raynor as he is going to be rising up on that veteran marksman. Lurking arm from the Stukov as we have a Gravity Lapse onto the ETC. The portal set up. Living Bomb is there! And that is going to be Germany with first kill of Towers of Doom. Living Bomb applied to the wave. Flying kick from Chen for a small amount of damage as Ultralisk will recall on the right side. Take a look here into the bottom lane. See what we have for our little setup. It doesn't look like any further pressure into Dino or the Fort Gate will happen. Biotic Armor, Raven Familiar. You also have your Loudspeaker, sorry. I kept wanting to say Pinball Wizard. I'm like, that's not right. That's a 7. But also going to be seeing Raynor going to be picking up his Fight or Flight. Reduce the Adrenaline Rush cooldown by 10 seconds. Casting Adrenaline Rush grants 25 armor for 3 seconds. Another win for the Kael'thas, by the way, which is going to be a cooldown reduction if you land the Gravity Lapse, but a passive mana reduction on your Gravity Lapse by 70, right? Yeah. Baseline Gravity Lapse is 90, and it is actually one of the highest mana costs in Kael'thas' kit. Phoenix actually costs less mana than a Gravity Lapse. Not by much. I think it's like 90 versus 80, but still. But another win will give you an 8-second cooldown off of the 12 if you land the Gravity Lapse. The if is the big factor. That's Knight going for the channel. This Malfurion trying to get it. Ultralisk harassed a little bit by ETC. Top right of the map, we do have Leoric with a little bit of pressure onto Chen, but Tyrael's over there to force back Leoric. Actually, we can take a look over there. Medivh gets left side, 22 baseline for him, and Team Germany with the 4-point lead for now. But we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, I've seen games where a team, gets the first 2 objectives of the 3, and then they don't touch a single objective for the remainder of the map. That does happen from time to time. And once again, thank you everyone who powered through the double blocks of ads before this map. I know a lot of people hate watching like 6 minutes of ads, but it allows us to have a nice big chunk in hopes that we make it to a map number 5. And if this one goes the distance, then you won't get an ad in the middle of the game. We do our best to manage ads, but sometimes the time just doesn't work out for us. Arcane Rifts flying in. Power Side from ETC going into the casting. We do have Ultralisk with a Living Bomb applied. Some Gravity Lapse going out. Dino will be taken down by ETC. And this is going to be your bottom lane Sapper Camp. Cleared away from Germany. Pull in Celeste 2. Tyrael with the Eldrin's Might to try and dive in and clear this out. Portal set up by Medivh to maybe chase onto the Dark Wolf. And will they be able to get this kill? ETC does leave a power slide to lock him down. Portal to the side. Eldrin's Might to the side. Meanwhile, Kael'thas and the Malfurion were able to clear out that Sapper Camp, getting another Regeneration Globe. 16 of the 20 for Kael'thas on the Arcane Barrier. 13 for Ardent Restoration on the Tyrael. 11 of 15 for your Chen. For his freshest ingredients for the 50% shield persisting after drinking and a 2-second cooldown on the Fortifying Brew. I believe it's 8-second cooldown, which will... no, it's a 7-second cooldown taken down to 5 when completing the quest. That's right. That laugh means the boss is up and available. By the way, there still is 1 minute left on the Twitch prediction. If you'd like to make that Twitch prediction a bit bigger, based on the first 5+ minutes of this map, as we have top left and right traded between Dino and Ridzu, and that'll be a 4-point lead still to Germany, 28-32. But we have a slight experience advantage favoring Poland, and we're gonna cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what all of that looks like, and figure out where that experience deficit is formed. 1-to-1 in kills. Yo, what's up, Serpent? Good to see you, bud. Sorry I missed you earlier. If I missed anyone in chat, welcome in. If you're lurking, thanks for lurking. If you're new to the stream, because we've had a lot of new followers, thank you so very much for joining us. We do stream full-time, 6 days a week. Monday is my only day off, because I need a day off. Actually, it's Bandit's day off, realistically. It's mostly Bandit's day off. Alright, Mercenaries a little bit, Heroes a little bit, Minions a little bit more, and yeah, that's gonna be like the 2,000 from just Minions, slight bit from Mercenaries, slight bit from Heroics. It all adds up. Top lane Fort Gate has been taken down, Sappers push in the bottom lane by comparison, Germany pushing up against this Fort Gate, and we have Chen finishing his level 1, Kael'thas also has his activation of the Arcane Barrier. Phoenix from Kael'thas throwing those. Your Gravity Lapse into the Judgment onto the ETC. Portal set up by Medivh, and the Living Bomb. The Living Bomb does not trigger. There was a force of will from Medivh in time, and the Living Bomb, which would have taken down the ETC, does not cook that cow. No burnt ends for lunch today. No spare ribs in this game. So we have 27 stacks for your Raynor. And heroic-wise, we're looking at Mosh Pit, Massive Shove, Hyperion Entomb, and Ley Line Seal. Wandering Keg, Judgment, Valkyrie. silence for the Malfurion with the Twilight Dream and a Phoenix Kael'thas. Gravity Labs misses on ETC, Living Bomb doesn't. Single objective in the bottom of the map. Will Germany continue their lead against the enemies will they increase the lead further, or will Poland be able to answer back and make it a 28-28 game? Death Knight not interrupted. Portal comes out way too late. Good zoning as the Wandering Keg barrels through the enemies, pushing this Leoric to the side. The Phoenix from Kael'thas summon the mosh pit from ETC, but there's a leyline seal onto Kael'thas. He is going to be taken down. That Arcane Rift baseline for your Medivh is done. Time to feed for him. And the Raynor stacks, if you're curious, he is currently sitting on 29. That is, and he's full veteran marksman, by the way. So that's 206.75, or 207, I believe, damage or percent increase. All right, 24-32. Next objective looks like it's singular in the center of the map. Can Poland get this? As they have pulled ahead further in experience from minions, from heroic kills. Mercenaries still stalled out, 522 to 312. Judgment goes out onto the Stukov. He gets chunked but not taken out. Wandering Keg pushes Medivh to the side. That's a Stukov put into the corner, and he'll be blasted to the side as well here in the bottom lane. Bronick will go down, and a second kill to Germany. And that's going to help out that deficit in experience a little bit, but they still have a gap in minion experience. Maybe taking them the structure will give some structure experience for a gap closer and maybe a level 13. Leoric in top lane is going to convert this. No way. He Wraith walks out. He does not convert it. Chen with the elusive brawler. Hazu wants to chase and get the kill. But Leoric has a drain hope. Did go into the hopelessness as well for the range increase. And now Haas is the one who needs to back away. Caught inside the entomb. And Leoric, minion wave, fine kick over the wall. Leoric is going to chase in. I know there's an objective happening, but what happens between these two solo laners? Drain is there. Hazu drinks up some brew. Skeletal swing with the paralyzing rage, and Hazu's fine. Back around the objective, though. We don't have a channel just yet. Leoric should get the conversion to Spell Tower. 1, 2, 3 attacks are needed. And now Hazu trying to back away with the elusive brawler again. And 5 shots could be fired into the German core from Team Poland. Portal is trying to chase on Ultralisk, who was mounting Power Slide. Cleanse from the Malfurion. There's also going to be the Arcade Barrier activated, and Medivh will take them down. A root for Malfurion, but Bronick gets the channel, and that'll be 5 shots flying on in. 24-27 in the core HP here at map number 4 of the final best of 5 of the day. Nearly 40 stacks on your Raynor as 13 talent. As it is even talent here for now, but the level scaling is massive. Oh, that's a great Valkyrie portal setup. There's going to be a root from Malfurion, a silence from Stukov as well to try and create a little bit more time and space for Raynor to back away the Fed from Cassie and maybe closing the distance onto the enemies, but won't be able to further step up. Leoric finishes out. Sapper camp for top lane. Kael'thas up here, trying to push up the minion wave onto the fort. No 12-minute in-game time yet, so no keep values. Chen with the flying kick in. Dino coming through. Gravity Lapse on the Kael'thas. He's going to try... Gravity Lapse onto the Leoric as he tries to Wraith Walk to back away. Medivh floats on over as well. Top lane, Bell Tower converted back over the side of Germany. Hazu finishes out this camp. Now, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Fort Gate is still up, and we are going to be seeing Sappers pushing in. They probably get the charge. Oh, can they take down the Fort Gate quick enough? Yeah. Flame Strike from Kael'thas. Gravity Lapse lands. A root puts him to sleep. The portal set up by Medivh, but there's going to be a Gravity Lapse again onto this. ETC jumps to the portal at the last second. The Valkyrie misses onto the Raynor at 40 stacks. Leoric with Spectral Leech at 13. Mithril Mace 16. And triple Altar Phase is coming up. What does Germany do here? They're down the talent tier and a level. Healing Pathogen set up onto the ETC. Eldrune's Might thrown to the side. Chen is going to clear out the wave top a little bit, and I think he actually had a well tap, anticipating more pressure from the enemy, but I think it's going to be 8-4 in shots. 20-19, a 1-point game. Hyperion from Raynor. Yamato cannons firing out. Raynor is going to be getting a portal set up. He'll jump back through that. Smite down on the ground. No swift retribution. Is burning Halo. Wandering Keg coming out from the Chen. And this is Deja Vu. I have been here before. Stukov split from his team, taking down the Leyline Seal, just coming out a little too late, only capturing 2. And Hazu will reset because there's currently Leoric doing Leoric things in top lane. As the center teleport opens up, wait a minute, no, they're going to cancel the Hearth and look for the conversion of this bell tower. Enough to share level 13, spread some shielding to the allies, 28 globes for your Kael'thas, sorry, 28 globes for the Tyrael, 30 on the Kael'thas. Raynor currently at 43 stacks on Veteran Marksman. No lost stacks either. 218%.
Lost.
So Leoric gets top right. Cassia, Kael'thas, and Malfurion finish out this camp for bottom lane. Next objective, is it center, singular or double? It is double, so center and bottom locations. Raynor getting a few autos onto the fort. Actually, it's a keep value now. Healing Pathogen applied. York getting a top lane Sapper Cam. Wandering Keg from Chen to push ETC to the side of the... ETC is just going to back away through mid lane. Moonfire's going out, scouting Judgment from Tyrael, but there is no one around to really chase in further. Leyline Seal out from Medivh onto, I believe that's the Chen. Elusive Brawler was active at the tail end of that. The Valkyrie missing. Top lane camp is going to be grabbed. Sappers go over the wall, by the way. Rare situation. All 3 of them, by the way, from 20 to 17. This situation's happening over here, but we got to focus in. We'll watch the minimap and see what ends up happening with all of that. Pull away the talents really quickly. Ridzu is going to be interrupted by Chen. There's a mosh pit from ETC utilized. Malfurion has the channel, and he's not going to be interrupted. Sappers do make their way over the top lane. Malfurion does get the channel, and that'll be 4 shots in. Chen takes down Chen. And it is 13 to 16 in core HP, but it looks like Leoric has the channel, and we'll see a 1-point game continue. 13 to 12. My gosh. Top right keep is going to be worked on. Bottom left keep as well. I assume these will be traded structures with the Chen respawning in 19 seconds. This is a very close game.
Has destroyed.
Diva's floating forward here. Single objective in the bottom of the map up next, and the level lead still exists for Poland. If you're curious, there's the stats on it. Heroic kills gonna be some, mercenaries of course a bit. Minions is further, the gap is further expanded, 38,000 to 34,500. Structure massively on the left-hand side. I mean, look at that, 6,300 to 3,750. 69,000 to 62,000 in overall HP as you, experience as Chen is going to be working on the top lane keep. Backs away from shots. No objective announcement yet, but I think that's literally around the corner. I'm wondering if Germany, they give this objective and maybe they trade boss? I don't think so, though. I think that's really risky. But I mean, you can't really poke at this for a whole level. You're not going to get a whole level in the next 19 seconds. And you may lose your bottom lane keep from this Hyperion and the Sappers here. 20, though. Medivh cheats, immediately used, buried alive when push comes to shove. ETC, ride the lightning. And Raynor is Sergeant Pepper, maybe? So they lose their bell tower, and Chen and friends are going to start rotating to top lane boss, I believe.
Tower under my dominion.
Tyrael showing in bottom lane. Stukov gets the channel. So the 5 shots go out. 13 to 7 in core HP. Chen shows up top lane, so they are not grabbing boss. Surprising, actually. Gonna grab a Sapper Cane for top lane. A little bit more experience coming through from that. Less than a quarter level for Germany to get this 20 talent. Dark Wolf actually might have it in mid lane. 83 stacks for your Mithril Mace, Leoric. 51 for the Raynor. He has not been taken down. That's 224% total damage increase, my god. And he is going to be going into the Raider's role, so the Adrenaline Rush grants unstoppable and continues healing for an additional 2 seconds. The additional duration ends upon reaching 70% health, which is really strong for Raynor. All right, Sappers in top lane were fed in. Cassia, Tyrael head to bottom lane. ETC looking to create a bit of chaos with a face melt. Does have the encore level 13. Mosh pit available. Wandering kick from Chen. Trying to get the push onto ETC into the allies as a gravity lapse. Force of will. ETC has to use the bolt of the storm to back away. We do have a leyline seal out onto the Cassia. Big living bomb value, and Bronick won't be taking down the Mosh from ETC. Interrupted. That is going to be Stukov in the backline. Taken down by the Chen. The flying kick again gets a kill, and it's going to be your Purifying Brew, Angel of Justice, Flamethrower with the Ignite is how you get that range increase. You also have the Burn Flesh level 7 for the percent-based damage. Valkyrie, Imprisoning Light, which is so good. You also have the Astral Communion, but like Imprisoning Light has a few cool factors that we don't see Imprisoning Light a ton. But upon impaling an enemy, they are blinded for 5 seconds. Cassia Valkyrie creates a wave of light that deals 456 damage to nearby enemies, and the wave silences and roots them for 3 seconds. Germany are gonna look for 10 shots. Chen, will he discover this? Does he have Keg? He does. Keg? Fly Keg? No! Freaking way, Germany! Get out of town if they convert this bottom bell tower and they get the channel. That's Germany taking us to a map number 5, everybody. Clip that S-tier Chen moment. Somebody please get that Chen clip. What? Leyline seal, Judgment, self-cast Force of Will, Medivh taken down, Raynor not pulled by the Valkyrie, Leoric trying to cheat death. Massive shove pushes Tyrael into the death zone, but he had the Eldrun's Might to teleport back to safety. Dino setting up for the channel. Chen on the left-hand side, getting moshed. Leoric had the respawn. I was like, dude, guys are throwing right now for this Chen kill. No, Leoric was respawning on the right-hand side. He gets a buried alive. This is going to be 31 seconds on the Medivh. Beerchu on the left-hand side is going to get hit with a flame strike. That's a Judgment from Tyrael into the backline of the Raynor, and that's a flying kick to take down the ETC. Leoric is rooted. Gravity lapsed. Wandering Keg expiring. Chen drinks up more brew. Keg smash on to Bronick. Massive shove comes through as well. The living bomb onto the Leoric is good, and that's going to be a kill onto your Stukov as well. Hazu gets the channel, and the S-tier Wandering Keg boss steal, and that is a map number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Silly Samuros and Masterful Murkies, we are heading into the illustrious map number 5, and the loser of the next map is knocked out of this tournament. I hit the wrong button in my excitement. The loser of this next map will be knocked out of the tournament. That is 4th place in Nations Cup. It all comes down to map 5. It's a best of 1 with 40 heroes banned away, 44 counting the 2 bans at the top of the draft. 90 heroes available in Heroes of Storm. We're going to go ahead and roll out the last block of ads of the day and get ready for the final map of today. It all comes down to this. We are going to be seeing who makes it into the lower bracket final for tomorrow morning up against Netherlands. Will it be Poland 2? Will it be Germany? We're going to find out the map. We're going to find out the draft. Let's get into it. My God, I'm excited. All right, everybody, final map of the day. We are here in the lower bracket semifinal. Poland in the blues, Germany in the red. 40 heroes will be unavailable from what was played in maps 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 heroes will be banned at the top of the screen. And what are we going to get for Tomb of the Spider Queen? First pick was chosen by the losing side of Poland. Germany opting in for Germany choosing Tomb of the Spider Queen, as they are forced into obviously choosing a map. Hero pools are getting real small. Basically, 50% of the heroes in Heroes of Storm will be unavailable at the start of the draft. Thrall first banned. Don't blame that whatsoever. We've only seen 1 Thrall this weekend played, and this is the first Thrall ban, I think, the entire weekend. Might have been the second, actually. Might have been the second Thrall ban, but Chromie remains permabanned by Germany. They don't want to deal with her sand and her beach time. Don't blame them whatsoever. Dino Tracer is still up. You've got Hazu Vikings, which I don't think is really a thing you see on Tomb of the Spider Queen very often, or if ever. Kel'Thuzad is up if we're looking for like burst mages. Mephisto is up. Gul'dan actually is still available. He's been drawing a lot of bans. I would not be surprised if Poland does consider snapping a first pick Gul'dan. I don't think it's a bad first pick. Ana's still up and available too. What will Germany get rid of here? What does Germany not want to deal with? I was hoping that if I say nothing, they wouldn't ban it. Gul'dan picked up. Great wave clear, team fight, boss control. But Germany will get the Hogger and a Varian, which I really do like the Varian. A sort of, charge taunt's very simple and straightforward. You've got Mortal Strike at 13. You got Shattering Throw as well. You've got Juggernaut if you want to go for that 4% every 4 seconds with the Warbringer 10. Good synergy with those two. Time for Cho. Unfortunately not, Susborn. Unfortunately not, my friend. Uther Ariel. So main tank Uther. Ariel battery for Gul'dan. Not too bad. Solo lane ban into the Hogger, possibly? I don't think they ban like a Zarya. I could see a crazy world where Poland picks like Zarya, Ariel, Uther, Gul'dan for the 4-man. And then something in solo lane, but I don't think so. I'll get rid of the Zool. Zool on this map is pretty decent. Wave clear, push potential. Nazeeba was already played in the series in map 1, by the way, which was a victory. I'm trying to think of like hero pool stuff right now. What would be a smart ban? I feel like it's a healer ban realistically. Could be like an Ana ban. Because Ana has a 100% healing debuff for 1.75 seconds. Increased to 2.25 with anti-healer level 7. No, 2.5 seconds with anti-healer level 7. Because anti-healer is a 0.75 duration increase off of the 1.75, if I remember correctly. The Ana ban is really smart because there isn't a ton of anti-healing elsewise. Oh, actually, I think D.Va does with the defense matrix. You've got Alex Straza coming through. So it's like a Dino hypercarry situation with like Tracer, maybe? Nova for sure. Knowing Dino, you never know. Probius is up. This is a map where we do see Probius. I don't know if he's going to be considered here. But last 2 picks on the left-hand side for Poland, too. They need a solo lane, and I feel like they need more damage.
My blades are yours.
Double Mage from Poland, too. Okay. Double Mage. The big thing with Double Mage is that it's not like bad at its core. It's that what ends up happening is if you don't get a kill with your abilities, you're kind of just waiting around for your decently long cooldowns to come through. Mephisto has some cooldown abilities and stuff like that. Gul'dan has a relatively low Fel Flame, but like corruption stuff. I wasn't anticipating Zul'jin, but it's really smart because Uther gives armor. This might be like a Grievous Throw build with No Mercy 16. Or maybe they just take No Mercy at 16, but it could be Grievous Throw and stuff like that as well. This is a very interesting draft from both sides. I don't know who I would be leaning into, but I know you all are going to get your gambles in, and we're going to hit over 1 million channel points on this, right? You've got 10 minutes left to get your gambles in, fools. Final map of the day. Make it a big one. Double Mage is almost as bad as Double Healer. So you're saying Poland will lose, Kaimo? Any quarter millies in chat? Any max gamblers out there? I think Big Sid did lose the $250,000 earlier, unfortunately, from that Tychus prediction. But into the map we go.
You know this, then why do you say
What?
Because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron.
You got paid?
No message. Hoofit, thank you for the tier 1 for 9 months. I appreciate your continued support as we get into the final map of today's games. Thank you so very much, as we have Poland 2 on the left-hand side, Alvarez Gul'dan, Birchu Uther, Sisyphos on the Mephisto, Ridzu, Sonya, and Bronik Ariel. Right side of the map is going to be Team Germany. Death Knight Alexstrasza, Dark Wolf Varian, Ultralisk Hogger, Dino Zul'jin, and Hazuabs with the Diva.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You can max gamble. Oh, as my Lowlands moderator likes to say, Serpent, +0 and -0. Very important distinctions. Stupid, sexy government. Look, you may not be able to Twitch gamble, but at least U.S. politics joke in there. Moving on. So we have Pursuit of Flame, Gul'dan level 1. He's already on 2 stacks for that one. We do have Silver Touch Uther, Unyielding Power Mephisto, Furious Blow for the Sonya, and the Ariel picking up her Searing Light. Zul'jin, by the way, is going to be Recklessness level 1 for the extra stacks and damage. We do have, that's going to be your pro moves for Diva, right? Yeah. Diva mech gains 2% movement speed and 2 armor every time it takes damage, stacking up to 15 times. Stacking this effect decays over 0.5 seconds. Base attacks against enemy heroes in pilot mode reduce the cooldown of Call Mech by 1 additional second, as Varian will be picked up by Uther. First Blood picked up by Poland 2, as Hogger right side has the Journeyman cooking. We also see the Flame Buffet from Alexstrasza, Flames of Fury, hitting 20 heroes with Flame Buffet. After doing so, hitting a hero with, burning hero with Flame Buffet reduces Dragon Queen cooldown by 5 seconds. Baseline is 120, isn't it? 150, excuse me. Alright, so waves will be pushing, or mid lane wave will be pushing up from Germany's side. By the way, also to mention, there was a change on Mephisto, or a change onto Zul'jin a little bit ago. I was watching Mephisto clear the wave. So Zul'jin loses 3 or 15 stacks upon death. You cannot lose milestones. So basically, 3 stacks, you know, he'd be going from 4 to 1. Or if we're looking at Dino right here, he'd be going from 23 to a number, to 8. So that's just something to mention. There's a weird bug, I would call it, around the 75 mark. From like 75 to like 84. No, from 75 to like 89. If you die, you actually don't lose the 15 stacks. It's a weird loss of stacks. But either way, that's gonna be a stun from Uther. He will be taken down by Alexstrasza. Members of Germany getting their first kill, as Diva will go into the aggressive matrix. Enemy heroes within the defensive matrix receive 35% less healing. That's what I was talking about in the draft, with healing debuff off the Diva defense matrix, and passively base attacks against heroes lower the cooldown of defense matrix by 1/8 of a second. We'll say that. Loser of this tournament is knocked out of the tournament. Yes. Or sorry, loser of this map is knocked out of the tournament. This is a lower bracket semifinal. Loser takes 4th place and $1,000 in the prize pool. Winner moves on to our first best of 5 in the lower bracket final tomorrow morning. And the winner of that series will be going into France in the grand finals tomorrow. And that'll be a best of 7. Tomorrow, 1 best of 5, 1 best of 7. And Germany will try and take down Sonya bottom lane. Ariel tries to get the gems, and she does get 10 of the 16 dropped. Does manage to get another one right there, up to 20. So only missing out on 5. But Zul'jin, he's getting up there on those stacks. Dino currently sitting on 63 of the 75 for the 1.1 range increase. I mean, that's not too bad at 3 minute 45 in the map. Checking to see what number I predicted. Alexstrasza got a Flame Buffet over the wall onto Mephisto. Was that the kill? It was the Flame Buffet 39 overkill over the wall. Death Knight, full Flame Buffet build, by the way, with the heat exhaustion. Slows by 40% to 50. Slows by 50% now and no longer decays. He also has the Fire Within, hitting a hero with Flame Buffet. Heals Alexstrasza for 10% for his maximum health. We're going to get close to 8 talents here. We're getting close to level 10. Let's cycle through the other numbers as level 8 is coming up for Team Germany faster. And they have the red web weavers pushing into mid, bottom, and top with assistance from Hogger and Diva in top and bottom. And this is going to be Zul'jin, Varian, and Alexstrasza pushing into mid. We didn't even mention it, but it is going to be Taunt Varian, as kind of expected. All right, still 4 minutes on the gamble if we want to try and hit over 1 million, which I don't know, that doesn't seem like it's going to be happening, but who knows. And by the way, really quick, thank you everyone for hanging out today. It has been a blast of casting. We're almost 8 hours of casting today, and I am loving it. Maybe a Blizzard developer happens to stumble in here and is like, wow, that man knows his stuff. That'd be a good addition to our BlizzCon casting. Dino grabs bottom lane Siege Giants. Hogger on the right side. And we'll see your mid lane Hazuab getting damaged a little bit by Mephisto Lightning Nova, but he won't be able to take down the Diva mech. 3-1 in kills, and the experience is leading heavily for the side of Team Germany. Thank you for casting. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. A lot of places you can be on a Saturday. A lot of places you can be on Twitch as well, so thanks for choosing our cozy little corner and watching the best MOBA ever made. Bunny Hop Diva. You also have your Warbringer for the Varian. Deep Breathing for the Alexstrasza. So Cleansing Flame for the Alexstrasza that you fly into the sky. And the Hortipult for the Hogger. Thank you, Hoofit. I appreciate it, bud. I'm really doing my best to be positive and put that energy out there in the universe. However you want to call it. Karmatic energy, whatever it is. On Monday, I'm going to tweet at them as well and make a little silly tweet. And post that in Discord and all that good stuff. Alrighty, though, I want to point out, while the boss is being grabbed, this is going to be Diva not able to interrupt the the Ariel. As our boss in top lane is going to work on top lane, keep Mephisto trying to clear that out. Rotation from Germany into bottom, but I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on a kill as the Web Weavers do descend. Mid lane fort has been taken down. 13 stacks for Hogger, 13 stacks for Zul'jin. Zul'jin realistically, oh, that's Mephisto. Zul'jin at 67, stalled out a little bit right now on Dino's autos, trying to get to that that range increase. Top lane fort did go down to the boss, by the way. I actually wasn't sure about that, but nicely done. Mephisto lunging out, Hogger with a little W-shaped bounce, but this Mephisto will be able to return to their origin location without much pressure. Boss in top lane will get some damage onto the keep gate. Diva summoning the mech in bottom as you hear that global announcement or noise. And Hazu continues with the fusion generator at level 7. Leaping from Sony to follow up the Detainment Strike onto Diva mech. Hazu does lose that. Big shot goes back. Alexstrasza, Cleansing Flame, just a little too late, and Pilot does go down. Divine Shield applied to the Sonya. Hogger tried to take down this cool Dan, but he missed so many oh my god. He missed a few abilities. Varian gets a taunt onto Mephisto. I think he meant for that to be on the Sonya. And Poland is able to work their way back. Now, here's the thing. Zul'jin did hit his 15 stacks, so he cannot drop below that milestone. And the gamble is now officially closing. Last literal seconds of the gamble. As Zul'jin at 82 stacks, a couple autos into this Mephisto. Endurance of Hate goes out onto Zul'jin. Staggering blow. Oh, wait, hold on. That's going to be a kill onto Zul'jin. Drop back down to 15. And Sonya spins out as well. Yeah, 78 stacks. That's what I was talking about in the draft, about the awkwardness with losing stacks. He doesn't drop back down to 75, even though he should have, but that's going to be Varian still chasing in. Diva losing mech. There's going to be Rinzu trying to spin out. There's going to be a loot board on the ground, as well as an easy throw. Dynamite Alvarez is trying to back away. Staggering blow. A quick heal from Ariel, and I can't believe it. Poland 2 doesn't lose a member. They take down the Zul'jin. There is a massive wave stacking up in mid lane, and there is an available Web Weaver summoning from Germany. They will be able to get that. Zul'jin has respawned. And it is going to be, by the way, the Eye of Zul'jin. The basic attacks against enemy heroes grant Zul'jin 6% movement speed up for 2 seconds up to 30%. So he can have mount speed while auto-attacking you. 3-3 in kills. Level 13 coming through for Poland just now, but it's almost a level lead. Let's call it 3/4 of a level, as Germany's just entering into 14, or at least shy of it. Looks like it is going to be mid lane Webweaver cleared away for free, but bottom lane fort will go down, and that is the third fort taken down against Poland 2. D.Va boosting in. Has Mecha Explosion? No, she doesn't actually. Hazu's a sliver away from that being available. Actually, just now getting it as you see that pink pulsating glow. And D.Va, Hazu, boost into top lane. No one freeing Harrison Jones. So the level... Oh, wait, hold on. Bottom lane push. Level 7, the fusion generator. Every time an enemy hero deals damage while inside defense matrix, D.Va's self-destruct charge increased by 1% to a maximum 20% charge gained per use passively while at full self-destruction charge. Fusion cannon's bonus damage increased by 100%. Webweaver expires 39 of 60 on the right side, 73 of 55 by in the hands of Poland. And the level 13, by the way, the target locked enemy heroes that remain in your defense matrix for 0.75 seconds have their armor reduced by 15 and their maximum movement speed reduced by 25. By 25 for 30, yeah. For 3, not 30. Blind from the Ariel, level 13 with a blinding flash. You do have your Mephisto at Horrid Skull. He's at 30 of the 40 stacks for the extra damage. Has the extra charge already. 65 of 80 for your Silver Touch. Gul'dan done with his Pursuit of Flame. And Rampant Hellfire level 16 is a big one for him. Zul'jin at 17. Arcanite Axe level 7 stacks. And 34 Journeyman Cooking for the Hogger, just to update a few of you on those questing talents if you may be listening in while you're cooking or something today. Mephisto dives forward onto D.Va. She boosts in, looking for the origin location with a bunny hop and gets some pressure onto him. Hortipult in from the Hogger. Divine Shield forced out, and Mephisto is going to try and jump forward into D.Va. Defense Matrix activated in her retreat. Meanwhile, Siege Giants in bottom lane pushing up, and we are getting closer and closer to a red Webweaver summoning. Less than 10 gems, I believe, to go for that. And boss in top lane is up and available, the Sand Golem. 16 Talontiers here, and Germany says, let's go for this. They do have Dragon Queen, Dragon Disciple, increase the Dragon Queen duration by 6 seconds, and base attack healing by 50%. You do have the Banner of Dalaran. You're also looking at your Kablooey for the Hogger. Zul'jin with his Let the Killing Begin. When Zul'jin kills an enemy, his attack speed increased by 5% to 40% for 12 seconds. Base attacks refresh the duration. Heroic takedowns instantly grant the 40 attack speed. And level 16 Diverting Power. Defense Matrix area grows drastically in size, and each time it reduces damage to heroes. D.Va's mech is healed for 58 health, as we do have Sonya cornered here. Defense Matrix active, the Durance of Fate missing. The blue Webweavers do descend while the boss was grabbed by Germany. And this boss in top lane, there was one earlier that took down the fort, opened up the keep, or got some damage on the keep gate, and this one looks like it will just get damage on the keep gate, maybe a few autos onto the keep, but this is bottom lane Webweaver easily cleared away. The pivot into mid lane is going to be, or the clear into mid lane is even faster as Hogger's already here. Varian anchoring for the allies, and 16 talents here off the incoming wave. Rampant Hellfire, Benediction. You do also have your Lightning Reaction, Giant Slammer for Sonya, and Reservoir of Hope for the Ariel. Already 1 stack, so it's 55 extra total energy she can store. Even bottom lane is currently, well, Hazu's doing what Hazu does best. He is pushing a lane while 4 of his allies defend. This was such a common play during CCL. Like, you'd literally see the enemy team pushing in, and Hazu, where is he? He's just split soaking. Just doing his own thing in bottom lane. Sonya slams through this catapult. D.Va's going to get hit with a spear and then boost away safely. We do have Ariel rotating Entertainment Strike up against the wall. D.Va Mecha Explosion isn't there. She's going to get the Bunny Hop. Gul'dan gets a Divine Shield. The Horrify from Gul'dan utilized as well, pushing Dark Wolf forward. No level 20 for either team yet, but it is still a 2-level lead for Germany. 16.5 to 18.5. As the Ariel Resurrect. We didn't even mention that she went Resurrect at level 10, but she does have that if she wants to resurrect the Mephisto. But red Webweavers can be gained to the side of Germany. They need 14 gems for the summoning. D.Va, I think they're waiting for waves to push out a little bit and for a camp to be grabbed as well. And then maybe they push his 5 through bottom lane. I don't know if Germany wants to split this, but Germany has a comfortable experience lead, comfortable map lead with 3 forts against the enemy down. Another Web Weaver summoning is here. 72 of the 80 stacks for Silver Touch, 38 of 40 for your Unyielding Power Mephisto, 4 stacks of Reservoir of Hope, 20 stacks for Zul'jin baseline, 23 on his Arcanite Axes, 46 for the Hogger, 8 stacks on the Alexstrasza on her flame buff at level 1 for the Flames of Fury of the 20, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Does she have a mid milestone? No, just the 20, that's right. So bottom lane Webweaver descending basically on the enemy keep a Siege Giants catapult minion wave here. Dino's going to lower their health with the Talon Bar activation. Amani Rage, there we go. Wait, Germany's just entering towards core with 20 talent here? Stingo's upgrade, Glory to the Alliance, Dragon Queen, Ancient Flame. You do have your Diva with the Albative Armor and the Hortipult upgrade with the Secret Stash. Zul'jin is literally dumping in damage because he currently has that level 20. Oh my god, Alexstrasza, Cleansing Flame going out. We do have her dropping down from the sky. The core shielding has broken. Webweavers are cleared away. Defense Matrix out. Dark Wolf will be taken down. And Germany are not going to be able to find fatal damage on the enemy core. Death Knight Skull Missiles landing onto Death Knight. Defense Matrix from Diva active. Mephisto diving forward. Diva boosts back in to create a little bit more space. 3 gems needed, and that can be picked up off this wave for the blue Webweaver summoning from Poland to maybe push things back, but they've lost their bottom lane keep. Germany does have a bottom lane fort still, albeit on 30% health overall. Well, waiting game for level 20. But they do have this blue Webweaver summoning. 74 health. Diva boosting in. Bunny Hop just now coming off cooldown. Sonya leaping in. Slam coming through. Bunny Hop will activate. Sonya gets stunned a little bit. Alexstrasza with a few heals here and there. And Diva pops Mecha Explosion. Big shot going through. No nuclear option either at level 4. That's going to be Alexstrasza. Horrified from Gul'dan. Somehow Hogger jumped all the way to the last bit of his stacks. There's a resurrection on the Gul'dan. Divine Shield applied to the Ariel right now. And Gul'dan is going to die back from the Zul'jin and Varian Defense Matrix coming out from Diva, slowing the enemies. The Cleansing Flame, Varian charging in. That is going to be Mephisto diving out, and he will be taken down. Zul'jin just auto attack after auto attack, and Uther falls. That is going to be GG's called by the Sonya as a... will wrap up this map number 5. Team Germany knock Poland 2 out of the tournament. And that is going to be map 5 to Team Germany. GG, well frickin' played. What a series, what a game, what a day of casting.